flowers tells a story. Watch them grow. Hello, hello, plant. In every shade and hue. For every heart and every hand, we've got something for you. Indoor greens and outdoor scenes, design your space, let your garden dreams glide. Personal touch with our garden design. Free sessions to blend within your budget line. Alright. From tiny seeds to trees so grand. Every leaf and bird, it's all at hand. Hello, hello, plant. Welcome to the show, where every flower tells a story. Watch them grow. Hello, hello, plant. In every shade and hue. For every heart and every hand, we've got something for you. Now everybody, let's say hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, plant. Welcome to the show, where every flower tells a story. Watch them grow. Hello, hello, plant. And every shade and hue. For every heart and every hand, we've got something for you, just for you. In the morning sun, where the flowers bloom.
Hello, hello. Now today we're having a very, very special low maintenance grower direct flash sale. And how it all sort of started for me was I realized the importance of low maintenance a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago, my partner and I, as a Christmas present for her parents, we got a landscaper to help us, and we took a big truck and we took chainsaws and all sorts of equipment around to their front garden, and we spent 5 or 6 hours chainsawing, the three of us working, chainsawing and loading the rubbish into a big truck, and we ended up with a great big truck full of rubbish, and it was a really, really hard, 4 or 5 hours work. And 4 or 5 or 6 hours work, didn't really time it. But afterwards, as I was driving away, I was thinking, wow, those people are on the pension, and if they had to pay for a job like that, what would a Jim's Mowing or one of these gardening companies charge? And I was thinking they'd have to charge $2,000 or $3,000 with the amount of rubbish we remove. And I thought, well, people really can't afford that, on a pension, or even if you're not on a pension, it would be very hard to afford that several $1,000s to clean up a garden. Yet the garden actually needed that. It was all overgrown, and it was all to do with the choices of plants. Like basically, they'd put in plants that grown enormous and needed trimming right back. And so I've started ever since been thinking in terms of, and then I do a lot of garden designs, and I get a lot of older people coming in for a garden design, like they're doing their downsizing or something like that. And I really started to think about what would make it so that you could spend the next 20 or 30 years in a garden and not have to do very, very expensive maintenance, cutting things out, getting rid of things, trimming things, getting contractors in with chainsaws and all that sort of thing. And the essence of it all is that what you need plants that are very, very hardy. You need plants that are very hardy, that when you plant them, they grow, not plants that maybe live or die. And then you need plants that are self-shaping, plants that are compact, plants that, you know, like tall, skinny plants that go on the outs, you know, around the perimeters of places, low-growing plants. Weeping plants are wonderful because they you get them and they spread and they fall straight down. So they, instead of growing up, they grow downwards. And there's lots of little balls on sticks and things that require minimal maintenance. Now, the idea of no maintenance, well, that's really impossible. And today I've still included some deciduous plants in here, but I've basically given preference to plants that aren't deciduous, that are evergreen, and that plants that actually have their shape built into them, like it's in their genetic program to grow tall and skinny, and they don't need a lot of pruning, or it's in their genetic program to go not as tall or grow a bit slower or be more compact. And so, and then the plants that are hardy. And then I thought, you know, when I was looking at different, I looked at hundreds of different plants for this show, and I thought, no, look, in a couple of years they get scraggly, or in a couple of years they die, or whatever. And I eliminated all those plants. And we actually made a much bigger list than what the list we're presenting. And then we went through and criticised them and knocked off items. So this is really a distillation of plants that are really going to be low maintenance when planted correctly. You know, they're not going to grow too big. They're not going to cause great big problems. They're going to have their own shape built into them, and I'm going to take you through all those plants now. So right. and it's interesting. I did a survey of the public back a few years ago, and it rings true when I ask people about their garden designs. And what I found is that some people say they want colour, some people say they want natives, but almost everybody says it. Like it'd be 80% of people say. Amongst the other thing, they might say they want colour, they might say they want natives, they might say they want coastal, they might say they want Japanese, but 80% of people will tell me that they want low maintenance. So that's 4 out of 5 people or 8 out of 10 people want low maintenance. So this is very relevant for anyone starting a new garden that wants that garden not to be a great burden in the future. Looking at these plants, like today I'm going to offer some really good bargains, but as well as good bargains, I'm going to offer a little bit of an education on how you can make a low maintenance garden. So join me today, we'll start going through.
All right, perfect. So for those of you who've just joined us, so we're doing a Growers Direct flash sale, which means Chris has got some plants which are in some cases below cost, at very, very cheap prices here today. All of these plants are now available on our website, which you can purchase. Let's get the first one up, boys. So you can purchase these from our website right now. You can use the QR code in the back, Growers Direct flash sale. All of these plants are on sale right now.
Okay. Now the first one, the biggest selling ornamental plant in Melbourne and Victoria is the English Box. Now English Box is great from a number of points. It's very, very hardy. It's quite drought hardy. But one of the things I love about English Box is a lot of people have got this situation. They might have a driveway or a front path or something like that. And at one end they've got a big tree and it's very shady. And at the other end it's hot and sunny. And some plants love shade, some plants love sun. English Box will grow in complete shade or full hot sun, as long as it's got, you know, good open soil, water and fertilizer, not overcome with weeds. It'll grow anywhere from deep shade to hot sun. So where you've got that mixed situation, it's really fabulous. But the best thing about English Box is it really is low maintenance. If you want a sort of a fairly casual sort of a hedge, like not super duper neat and pristine, you only need to cut it once a year. And to make a really pristine hedge, you only need to cut it 2, maximum 3 times a year. So not too much trimming to do. And even when you trim it, you don't have to trim off that much. It's not a super fast grower. So hardy, takes sun and shade, and you can keep it small. You can keep it 35 centimetres tall. You can cut it into ball shapes, shape it, grow it in pots, grow it on your patio. Very, very versatile, very, very hardy, and very, very low maintenance.
All right, cool. Let's move on to our next product here. These are all below cost, Growers Direct flash sale. These plants are on sale right now.
I didn't really talk about the price. They're $5.99. The English Box is $5.99. I've been so busy talking about. Now these ones here, these are normally quite expensive. These are
what do these normally cost us, Chris?
Yeah, well, we normally sell them for $29.99. And these are beautiful big 8-inch pots. And somebody was telling me the other day that they in their local nursery, the 6-inch pots, little tiny ones, were also $29.99. And this is a full-size 8-inch pot for less than you pay for a 6-inch pot. So it's $24.99. Now this is Lemon Lime Nandina. They grow 45 centimetres tall, 45 centimetres wide. They can grow in complete shade, full hot sun. They'll grow almost anywhere. Grow them in a pot, grow them as a border, grow them as a bushy specimen. And really, the odd drop of water, they thrive on neglect, and they're very classy. They're not. Most Nandinas are red. These are just beautiful two-tone dark green and light green. Beautiful plants.
Beautiful.
And,
All right, let's move
and
on
only
to the next.
$24.99 for nice big ones in 8-inch pots.
That's right, $24.99. So this is our Growers Direct flash sale. These plants are in limited quantities as well. So if you want to purchase any of these, you can do that. Head over to hellohelloplants.com.au right now.
So
All right,
here
what's this?
we've got. Now, a lot of people ask, is there an alternative to English box? Now, if you're in really hot country like Shepparton or Bendigo, hot, dry country, poor soils and things like that, this is a beautiful alternative to English box. It's even tougher than English box. If your garden's slightly salt affected, this is fabulous. So basically, it'll take heat, it'll take salt. It only grows about 70 or 80 centimeters tall and can be trimmed into a nice hedge or ball or whatever you want and give you that beautiful box style. The other thing is that if you're in an area that's very, very frosty in the winter, it doesn't discolor. It stays nice and green right through the winter. Some other hedges will get a bit of purple or a bit of red or a bit of brown on them in the frost, but this stays nice and green in the frost. And we've got these, instead of paying $12.99, right now you're only $8.99. I'd plant 4 of these to the metre for a hedge.
4 per metre, that's good. Are they fast growing? Or?
Yeah, Tom Thumb, what's good, it's not super fast growing, but it's not slow either. It's probably twice as fast as an English box. So those will make a beautiful little hedge in just 1 year.
Lovely. All right,
so
what have we got?
$8.99 for Tom Thumb.
$8.99 for Tom Thumb. What have we got here next?
This is one of my favourite plants, and they're normally a little pricey. And we're giving these away for $12.99. I can't believe it.
What's their usual price, though?
Well, most stores you'd pay like $21.99. Because what it is, they're one of the patented plants, so they tend to be a bit expensive. But we've got these right now for $12.99. Beautiful golden coloured kaleidoscope. And what I use these in my garden designs all the time. You can grow them in a hedge, clip them into a ball, or just let them grow loose. They have lovely white flowers, beautiful bright gold. But if you've got a dull corner in the garden and you want to put a border or a hedge and you want to bring it to life, make it absolutely, these give you year-round colour. Fabulous year-round colour, and the price of $12.99, that's crazy cheap for beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome. So half price, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so $12.99 for the kaleidoscope. All right, let's move on to the next product here. All part of the Growers Direct flash sale, and these are all low maintenance, as Chris mentioned at the start of this live. Everything you see here is very easy to grow, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. This is Moon Bay Nandina. Now, Nandina is a dwarf sacred bamboo, and the Moon Bay has a lovely texture, turns bright red in the winter, grows about 45 centimetres by 45 centimetres. At your local nursery, they're probably 18 or 19 bucks for a nice big bushy plant like that. These are really nice. So normally 18 or 19 bucks, and we've got these for $8.99. So $8.99, Moon Bay Nandina, great price. They grow about 45 centimetres by 45 centimetres. If I wanted to do a thick bushy hedge of these, and really you can plant these and never trim them, the odd drop of water, maybe a tiny bit of fertiliser, but really they thrive on neglect. In fact, the more you neglect them, the more colourful they become. So,
and don't they go like really deep, like red, like the video behind you in the winter
that's right.
as well, right?
Yeah, they colour up in the winter. Particularly these are well fed, so they're a little bit green. But if these were hungry, they'd be bright red even now.
Lovely.
Yeah, and so these are $8. These are $8.99. And what I was going to say is that if you planted 2.5 of these per metre, you would get a thick, bushy, tight little hedge.
Nice.
Or if you put them about 1 metre apart, they grow about 45 centimetres wide, you can have sort of a lovely row of mounds, like an avenue of little mounds. You run it up the driveway, up the path. Now, these are so tough. They're really good if you own a factory or a petrol station or some sort of commercial situation, and you want something that's just no maintenance at all, no worries. These look fantastic.
And the dogs and pets can run through them, can't they? Like no problem, yeah. Very strong. All right, cool. So this is all low maintenance plants on sale right now. So they're $7.99 at the moment, which is great.
So here we have, this is Australia's favourite Nandina. This is just called Dwarf Nandina, and this is the one that will turn the brightest red in the winter. And these ones here are $8.99. And they're starting to turn now. They're going to be beautiful red in the winter. If you want colour in your garden, and then they stay red till nearly Christmas. So colour in your garden. And normally these are a $16, $17 plant. These are beautiful specimens, and they're $8.99. So $8.99, and they're low maintenance. Everything I'm showing you today is super duper low maintenance. Hardly have to water it, hardly have to fertilise it. Never trim it, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and awesome. And the great thing is that all of these plants are available right now in limited quantities at this price. If you're enjoying this Growers Direct flash sale today, make sure to leave us a like, leave a love heart there, and share this live far and wide so that your relatives, friends, families, neighbours can find these deals, and you can do a whole garden with these plants, couldn't you, Chris?
Yes, that's right. That's the idea. The idea today is I want people to be able to look at this, look at my list, and make their whole garden and make it low maintenance. These are all low maintenance choices. Now this is an interesting one. This is called Society Garlic, which I don't know where they get that from. It's sort of a high society garlic. But anyway, what it is that you can plant this as a border and never ever trim it. And I noticed in some cities now, they're using this for roundabouts and out in public spaces in areas that are not irrigated. Like I've seen in Shepparton, I've seen whole roundabouts of it, and it absolutely thrives in the heat without any water. So really, really tough. And where I've been using this in garden designs, a lot of people come in and their front fence is back, half a metre from the pavement, and they want something tough that they don't have to worry about too much out the front. And this is my favourite go-to plant because the leaves never get taller than about 35-40 centimetres, and with flowers it gets about 50 centimetres tall. So
you've seen the video behind you there.
So you can grow this without ever trimming it. And basically
That's awesome.
I would plant about 2.5 or 3 of these to the metre, and in 18 months you'll have a really thick bushy border of it.
Yeah,
And,
beautiful.
Yeah, so
what are they going for again, those?
They are $9.99, so $9.99 down from $12.99.
No, 15 they were at.
Were they?
$14.99, yeah.
Yeah, $14.99. So they're down to $9.99.
Beautiful. All right, let's see what we got next as we move along here. On our Growers Direct flash sale, all of these plants are available right now at hellohelloplants.com.au.
Now we had Tom Thumb just before, but this one here is the Green Rocket, which is kind of the tougher, faster, bigger version of Tom Thumb. So if you wanted a hedge that can take heat, can take sun, can take neglect, can take poor soil and grow quite quickly, this is it. This is called Green Rocket. Now I'll tell you a little story. Once I had a guy come in here and he said, I need 300 English box. I said, how come? He said, well, I planted 600 last year and half of them died. And anyway, I chatted to him. He lived in Shepparton. And basically, that's pretty tough country for growing English box. So I said, why don't you get rid of the other 300? Because I said, otherwise you'll be back here next year for another 300. I said, get rid of all your English box and plant Tom Thumb. At any rate, he's been back about 5 times since to get more Tom Thumb, not Tom Thumb, Green Rocket. He's been back numerous times, and I've actually seen his hedge in Shepparton, and it's absolutely glorious. He's got metres and metres and metres of hedge, and he's never lost these, where he lost half of the English box in the first year. So if you're in tough country that's a little bit too tough for English box, this is your super duper tough alternative, and it makes the most glorious super green lush hedge in the tough environment. So Green Rocket, plant 4 per metre for a hedge, trim it only twice a year, and you'll have a beautiful green lush tough sort of a hedge.
Fantastic.
And often they're a bit of a specialty thing. They can be quite expensive. We normally sell them for $12.99. These are $7.99, and they're nice big plants for $7.99. Look at that.
Yeah, they're really good size actually for that price.
Yeah.
Now these are everything here you're seeing today is limited in quantity, so you do need to, if you want to get any of these products, you can head over to our website. Isn't that right, Chris?
Yes, that's
How
right.
else can you get these deals today?
Well, it's so easy. Look, what you could do is you could ring up and speak to one of my staff. We've got a
the
panel
sales
of
staff
people
are on
here.
standby waiting for your calls.
You could ring up and say, listen, those Green Rockets, give me 100 of them.
Yeah.
I want them now.
Except you only got 50 at that deal.
Oh,
so.
okay. Well, so we might be able to find some way of helping you out. Anyway, so or you might say that give us 100 or give us 50 of those, whatever. But you ring up and buy them. You can come in and just grab them.
Yeah.
Come in and grab them.
Or
and we're open all this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Just come in.
big
and just get
weekend
them.
of sales, yeah. Or you can head over to our website, hellohelloplants.com.au.
Yeah.
You'll find a link to the page, and all of these specials are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's so easy to buy these plants.
Someone just asked quickly, just circling back to the Green Rocket, how tall do they grow?
If you never ever trim them, they're going to grow about 1.5 meters tall.
There you go, 1.5 minutes. All right, leave a like and share this live as you're watching it here today. Chris is answering your questions as we move along. All right, let's get on to, sorry about that, Chris, let's get on to the next product.
Okay, so this one here is a Liriope, and it's called Elmarco. Now, a lot of people run into trouble with Mondo grass because Mondo grass can sunburn, it's a little bit fussy. Elmarco is interesting. It's a Liriope. It doesn't flower, it's sterile, so there's no flowers. It's just green and lush all year round, and it only grows about 20 centimeters tall, so it stays small, beautiful fine foliage, very, very green and lush, and it's sun hardy. Not all Liriopes are sun hardy, so this is super low maintenance. So if you wanted a border that you never trimmed, that you hardly watered, that you hardly did anything to, didn't have to deadhead the dead flowers, if you wanted just a rich green, dark border, or maybe you wanted to fill in a whole area, make a sort of a no-mow lawn out of it, Elmarco is dark green and has a beautiful texture. Like, I'll give you a close look at this texture here.
Yeah, there you go.
It has a beautiful texture to it. It's a very unusual plant, and I actually know the guy that invented it is one of our main suppliers. And in a lot of stores that could be quite expensive. We normally sell them for $14.99. These are $9.99. So
and they give you that Mondo grass effect, don't they?
Yeah,
almost? Yeah.
And
cool.
Yeah, but I think better than Mondo
Yeah, it looks
grass.
better. Yeah.
And
the tall one.
And very, very different and super low maintenance. No flowers, no scragginess. It's short, it's neat, and it's just a nice even cover.
All right, beautiful. Let's move on to our next product here of the Growers Direct Flash Sale. These are all low maintenance plants, so you can grow with confidence.
Now these are called the real deal. Now what it is that lots of people will sell you giant Liriope, and if you plant a row of them, there'll be some tall ones, some short ones, some greeny ones, some yellow ones, and that's because most people grow them from seed. It's very cheap to grow them from seed, and most people sell the seedling ones sort of like $8, $9, $10. But these ones, these are the ultimate. Like, these are the knee plus ultra of giant Liriope. What it is, these have all been grown from a chap splitting them up, sitting in the shed, splitting them up individually from the original real deal giant Liriope. And what you get, if you planted a large expanse of this, they're all going to grow to the same height. They're all going to be the same color. They're all going to be the same texture. They're all going to look absolutely beautiful like this. And these real deals are currently $9.99. They're normally $14.99. So this is, have a look how even that is. I'll bring it up to the camera a bit. Look at that.
Yeah, bring it up.
Look at the evenness, the greenness of it.
Wow.
How even they are. This is the ultimate Liriope.
There you go.
It's called the real deal. And it's different. If you just ask for a giant Liriope, we do them a bit cheaper than that.
Yeah, lovely.
But they're up and down. They're all over the place. And once you've had the real deal, I don't know why you'd want anything else.
All right, it's low maintenance plants on the Growers Direct Flash Sale today. Now, we do have actual categories. Now, we're looking at grasses, obviously, at the moment.
Yes, that's right. Now, here, I've got the Just Right Liriope. Now, Just Right Liriope, it's a little bit like the real deal, but it's smaller. It only grows about that height. It's a PBR one, normally a bit expensive and hard to get. Your real deal is going to get about 55, 60 centimeters tall. This is only going to be about 45 centimeters. And instead of paying $13.99 right now, you're on $9.99 for the real deal.
That's right.
No, for the Just Right is $12.99, down from $16.99.
Oh, we're on the Just Right. That's right.
So $12.99 for
no
that.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
On the Just Right.
Now,
all right, so they're $12.99 down from $17. All of these plants are obviously on special. And let's get the next product up, guys.
Electric Pink.
Still looking at, I think Electric Pink is not here at the moment.
I can see some over there.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll bring some out then.
Yeah.
Different pot size, but that's all right. I think we can.
Okay. So Electric Pink, we've got bigger ones than this for the actual thing.
Yeah.
So these Electric Pink here, obviously they missed the grower hasn't got them in yet, but bigger ones than this, normally $32.99 to $25.99. Now, what's great about Electric Pink and why I put it in here is that I let all these growers say, put this Cordyline in, put that Cordyline, scrap the whole lot, because most Cordylines come in cute and beautiful and then grow this monstrous trunk, and you end up with this couple of tufts up in the air and this big ugly trunk, and then you have to hire somebody to chainsaw it, which is back to what I was talking about at the start. You know,
you see all the gardens that were planted 20 years ago that got Cordylines, they have like palm trees out front, isn't it?
Yeah, they look terrible. But this one here doesn't grow a trunk. It's a trunkless. I'll put this in here because it's a beautiful pink colour, and it multiplies from the base up, grows about 1.2, 1.3, maybe 1.4 meters tall. beautiful bright pink colour, but doesn't grow that big ugly trunk. And there are electric pink.
$32.99 now down to
$25.99, and these are 6-inch pots. That size up from that, so they'll be up like that at $25.99.
Yeah, and even the 6s are huge.
Yeah.
Actually, so yeah, you're going to get a bigger product than that. All right, let's look at the next product here on the Growers Direct Flash Sale.
Now, this is one of the most underrated plants around, and we've got these really, really cheap. This is Carex Frosted Curls. If you're looking for some really groovy grasses to put in your garden, this is it. This never grows much taller than this, and it's got this beautiful silvery finish, and it's lovely and soft to touch, beautiful thing. And normally $12.99. Right now they are $6.99, and
Beautiful.
that's a beautiful grass. Now, I will use this instead in my garden designs instead of a lot of different Liriopes, because it's much hardier, much more vigorous than the Liriopes, but never gets too big. And at $6.99, it's a bit like you're shoplifting, really. Like, it's fantastic.
Down from $12.99. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Almost half price on some of these products.
Not rampant, doesn't spread too much. Fabulous.
Chris is going below wholesale prices here, guys. You definitely don't want to miss out on these deals. They are limited quantities, though.
Now, these are orange sedge. Now, orange sedge, I designed a garden for a couple, and they've come back and showed me photos. And what I designed was a winter garden, something that had beautiful coloured branches and everything went bare or had coloured leaves through the winter. And one of the main features was this orange sedge here. Orange sedge, glorious in the winter, like when it's cold and frosty. This was up in the high country, really frosty in the winter. And so these in a frosty morning.
They grow good in that cold place, do they?
With maples with beautiful red stems and all beautiful coloured branches and blue leaves and burgundy leaves all through the winter. This looks absolutely fantastic. So if you want something with a really different colour, and also I went to a restaurant out in the Yarra Valley, and they had great big pots at the entrance as you came in with beautiful flowing orange sedge grass. Beautiful.
Do they change colour more in the cold, or how do you get them to?
Yeah, as you go into the colder weather, they get quite.
Yeah, because I can see from the video they go quite orange. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next product here, which is the fescue.
Now this
grass.
is called Beyond Blue Fescue. So there we are, beautiful blue foliage. This is the bluest of blues, and you can normally pay $12-13 each for these. These ones here are $7.99 down from $11.99.
All right, lovely.
Yeah. So and
great for borders.
Great for borders. In garden designs, what I'm doing is I'm putting patches of them in around a plant. Say I want people to really see. Say I'm planting something like a birthday candles Banksia with beautiful orange flowers and lovely foliage. If you put this around the base of it in a bit of a clump, it focuses the person's attention on that feature. So it's a great way of highlighting a feature in a garden. And you can afford to buy, and I always mass plant them, but at $7.99 you can afford to mass plant these.
Lovely. All right, let's move on to our next product on the Growers Direct Flash Sale. We can purchase these products right now at these prices, limited quantities. Head over to helloplants.com.au.
Now, what's really fashionable these days is a jasmine lawn. And the most popular jasmine for growing a lawn is Asiatic jasmine. It grows flat. It lasts for years. You can step on it, it bends, it flexes. You don't walk on it all the time, but you can step on it. And you can create large expanses of most beautiful lawns, white fragrant flowers in the summer. Not quite as good as a Chinese star jasmine for flowering flowers and fragrance. At any rate, at your local nursery, you're going to have trouble getting these for under $14 or $15 each. These are in a smaller pot than we normally sell them, and they're only $6.99. $6.99. And once these cover the ground, you might trim them once a year, but they'll blanket out the weeds. They don't need much water. They don't need much of anything. And the other great thing about them, say you've got a great big tree and you want to put a ground cover on a great big tree. Invariably with a great big tree, one side of it's hot and sunny and the other side's cool and shady. This will grow all the way through and look the same all the way through in hot sun through to deep shade. So very, very versatile. And what I say to people, I say, plant 1 per square metre, or if you're a bit impatient or in a hurry, plant 2 per square metre. So that gives you an idea how many you're going to need. And these are only $6.99. Fabulous value. Beautiful.
In 3-inch pots, and they're reduced from $9 a pop. So that's really good value. All right, we're looking at actually the ground covers now in this Growers Direct Flash Sale of low maintenance plants. All of these plants are super easy to grow, as Chris has mentioned several times now.
Yeah. Now I went to the gardening show this week, and some of the top gardens had lots and lots of zoysia in them. Zoysia was a big feature at the garden show.
We got some good pics of that,
and it seems to be it seems to be becoming more and more popular. And it's sometimes called no mow grass, and it's sometimes called temple grass. Now, what's great about it is that you don't have to. Well, there's a couple of things. But what's great about it, what I love, is that it grows bumpy. And that's really nice because lawns that you mow grow flat. But it's lovely seeing a bumpy sort of a bumpy kind of a grass, and it's very thick and bushy. Once established, very hard for a weed to get up in it. So it blankets out the weeds. So it's bumpy, and it blankets out the weeds, and you can grow quite a big expanse of it and never mow it. And people use it sometimes for putting around their paving, so you can put it around your paving. So quite a bit of use, and normally $8.99. These are $5.99. So $5.99, and you can do a little bit of temple grass, no mow, or zoysia, whatever you want to call it. Wonderful little grass.
and you can walk on those ones as well, or?
Certainly, yeah.
Great. All right, let's move on
But
to the
probably
next
if
one.
you had an area, if you're doing an area where you're going to be walking backwards and forwards all the time, you put some steppers in there.
Great. Like we saw in the example behind you there. Growers Direct Flash Sale Low Maintenance Plants available now.
Yeah. Now, I love this. Have a look at this beautiful little pink bud here. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Look at that. Isn't that a glorious colour? Beautiful, soft, warm pink.
Yeah.
Now, what this is back about 30 odd years ago, the number one most popular plant in the world was your carpet rose. And this is perhaps one of the most beautiful of the carpet roses. It's called apple blossom, and it's a beautiful soft pink. The white can be a bit icy. The pink can be a bit too pink, a bit too overwhelming for most people. But the apple blossom is a beautiful soft colour that lots and lots of people find really, really attractive. And this is an evergreen plant. You can use it as a ground cover, use it as a border. Super low maintenance. It doesn't need spraying. It's evergreen. It flowers for 5 or 6 months of the year. Great way to cover a bank, put along your, and this soft pink colour is beautiful. And these ones here, great big 8-inch pots, normally $29.90 are down to $19.90. So apple
That's
blossom,
really good, yeah.
apple blossom carpet rose, $19.90, and you can see the beautiful pink flowers.
All right, so for those of you who have just joined us, Chris is having a Growers Direct Flash Sale right now where he's reduced the cost on, how many plants is it?
At 100.
100 plants, but there are only limited quantities for each block of plant. We're currently looking at low maintenance plants and ground covers at the moment, all available on our website.
Now, these ones here are in a mad flux of growth, and they haven't got flowers on them at the moment, but this is your blue convolvulus. Now, your blue convolvulus is a real low maintenance plant. What could you do with it? You can take, say you've got a garden bed with standard roses in it, plant this underneath and create a green carpet that'll block out the weeds, require very little water or care, and flower for 5 or 6 months a year with these beautiful blue flowers that you see here. And sometimes it'll flower at varying amounts. Sometimes it'll flower a little bit. Sometimes it'll flower so thickly you can't even see the leaves. It'll just be a massive sheet of blue. You could have it where you've got an embankment. It'll cascade beautifully. It'll fall well over a metre over a brick wall or so, or a sleeper wall. I often use it where people have got like a little bit of dirt on top of a wall, and then they've got a wall going down to concrete, and they want to soften that wall. I'll use this convolvulus here, and really with the odd drip of water, almost no maintenance. A really super duper low maintenance plant. And I remember back during the big drought when they banned watering your garden, I saw whole gardens that everything died from the no water, except for the convolvulus, which grew and spread and covered most of the garden. And so I saw whole gardens with sort of dead plants and sheets of blue convolvulus running through them.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, what are they costing us? And
so instead of paying $12.99, you're paying $6.99, and you get a decent sort of a 6-inch pot. See, like that?
Beautiful.
Ready to go, ready to
they're
cover up that ugly wall.
Lovely prices here on the Growers Direct Flash Sale and limited quantities for a limited time.
Now we've got pink carpogrotis, normally $12.99. These are now $5.99. Now, with the pink carpogrotis, what's great about these is, say you've got a beach house, say you've got a factory, say you've got some big embankment, say it's hot and dry. It could be inland, it could be frosty as well, hot and dry and frosty. And basically, this is the low maintenance way to carpet the ground with foliage, cover up and drown out the weeds, and then what'll happen, this will produce right through the winter giant big pink fluffy flowers. So beautiful pink fluffy flowers, and instead of paying $12.99, they're only $5.99, and you get a really decent plant for that. I'll give you a look at one. There they are there. $5.99.
Yeah,
and
nice big size.
They're Australian native, and the amazing thing, do you know that they're actually edible?
Really? Wow. Okay, Chris, loving to eat live on the show. Hopefully,
Really
it
needs a bit of pepper and salt.
What flavour is it?
Very carbohydrates.
Wow. All right, look at this next one. That's an incredible picture there. So next we got the Pratia Blue Star Creeper. So this is our Growers Direct flash sale. For those of you who have just joined us, we've got a sale on. It's only limited time, goes for a week, and we only have limited quantities at the prices Chris is mentioning on the show today. You can head over to our website, hellohelloplants.com.au, or you can scan the QR code, or you can visit us, 1477 Sydney Road, Campbellfield, Victoria, Australia. You can fly from overseas if you want to come over and get these deals. They are only in limited quantities, so...
Yeah. Now, your Blue Star Creeper has the most beautiful little blue flowers. At different times of year, it'll be absolutely covered in flowers, and it's a wonderful thing. You can grow it as a border, grow it just as a little plant in your cottage garden, or you can grow it around your paving. Put it in around paving and have beautiful little green leaves and blue flowers all around your paving. And...
yeah, I like how they've used it in that picture there. They sort of used it as a seabed, like it's almost like a...
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's
Incredible.
only $4.99. You could do it as a lawn. It's very, very versatile. It's hardy. It's fast growing. It's frost hardy, heat hardy, drought hardy. Bit of water, bit of good soil, bit of water, bit of fertilizer.
Awesome.
And Blue Star Creeper, and they're $4.99 for beautiful big 6-inch pots. Look at that.
Amazing. All right, let's move on
Add
to
a
the next
couple to your
product.
cottage garden even.
Ground covers category at the moment.
Now we've got the White Star Creeper. This one here actually has finer foliage than the Blue Star, so beautiful fine foliage, almost like a green moss, dotted with white flowers for 6-7 months of the year. Sometimes there's, in the middle of summer, the flowers were so dense and white you can hardly see the leaves. Absolutely beautiful. Now these you can put around your pavers, plant a lawn. If you're doing a lawn, put pavers in your main traffic areas. And these will create another no-mow lawn. And these are only $4.99 in a 6-inch pot.
That's perfect. $4.99 down from $9 and limited quantities, all part of the Growers Direct flash sale. With the Pratia, do they flower all year round or?
No, probably 6 months
6
of the
months,
year.
okay.
6 or 7. Okay, Dichondra Silver Carpet. Now this is a really, really hardy plant. It has a beautiful silver. So I've got kind of a lawn of this, and my dog uses it as its toilet. I run the old tractor wheel over it. It's fantastic. Really, really tough stuff, and it spreads quite quickly, and it looks really good with. When I got customers with a dark paving, I love to put this around. The silver with the dark paving goes really good. But if you want something that's really, really flat, really, 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 really low maintenance, do a whole lawn. Just do little patches around your paving, lots of application. I've actually done some gardens where we've done one or two customers have said, Chris, I want to have a garden, I want to have plants, but I want something that I can see the snakes. You know, because we've got a lot of people in the country, and I don't believe a snake can get in or under that. I've got a big lawn of it, and the one thing I don't reckon I'm going to find a snake under it because it's too flat.
They can't hide in there, yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and so the snakes have to come over the top.
And then you can spot the snake.
Then you
basically.
spot the snake, yeah.
Snake spotter.
Yeah, that's right. And
All right, so what is the price on those at
and
the moment?
instead of
with the
paying
Growers Direct?
$8.99, they're only $6.99 for a nice big full 6-inch pot. And it's a
Beautiful.
beautiful carpet plant.
All right, let's move on to the next product here.
Now here we've got White Creeping Thyme. Now White Creeping Thyme for most of the year is dotted with beautiful white flowers. Again, this is something you can eat. I'll eat a little bit here now because we're doing this in the lunch hour.
We should have a chef on the show next time, maybe.
Yeah.
Give us some a score on the flavours.
That'll go nice with a sort of a nice ripe tomato on brown bread, a bit of that white thyme.
That's the one they put on pizza, isn't it, thyme, or is it different?
No, this is a slightly different time, but actually it's got a wonderful flavour.
Okay.
I haven't actually eaten it before.
Interesting.
Anyway, it's a wonderful flavour. And most stores you'd pay $14, $15 for a nice 6-inch pot. These are beautiful full pots, and we're giving them away for $7.99. Now, white thyme, you can plant it as an individual plant and get a lot of enjoyment, get 6 or 7 months of the year flowering. You can plant it as a lawn, and it's one of the hardiest of ground covers. I remember I made a thyme lawn for my mum when I was a kid, and really it makes quite a hardy lawn, and we didn't have steppers, and we used to walk on it. It was quite hardy, took quite a bit of traffic, and this one's great because it makes a very flat green carpet, and when it's covered in white flowers, it's fabulous, and for $7.99 instead of $12.99, great value.
All right, and then leave us some likes and loves if you want to see Chris eating more plants today. Is there any other edibles coming? Or
I don't know. I'll keep trying them.
We're looking at, so at the moment there is a question here. We'll get to that in a sec, but just letting you know, we're looking at ground cover category at the moment in our Grows Direct flash sale. These are all low maintenance plants. Someone asks here, are any of these rue proof? Probably a couple or a few there that we've already
do you know, if you've got a bad rue problem, like if you've got a bad rabbit problem or a bad rue problem, and
what's a rue for those maybe
kangaroo.
watching overseas?
Kangaroo, yeah, it's a kangaroo, and over here us natives call them roos. Yeah, we've in Australia everything's been abbreviated. Like instead of a utility, we drive a ute.
Yeah, that's right.
And those things jumping up and down are called roos.
Yeah. So we can't say the full word; it's too much.
Yeah, us Aussies can't quite say the full word. But anyway, here. And actually, the other thing is, you know, that white thyme tastes a lot better than the Carpet. So if you're looking for a bit of tucker in that...
We'll see if Chris makes it through to live, hey?
Yeah. So anyway, so here we've got Dichondra Silver Falls. Now, this is one of the most popular plants at the moment. You can grow this as a lawn, grow it around your pavers. Grow it, when I do foxtail ferns, I always plant this underneath because it really sets them off. So I put underneath different plants and kind of... And a lot of people come in and they get me to design great big planters for them, and I'll put these in cascading over the side. So silver dichondra, lots and lots of uses in the garden, and instead of paying $14.99, they're down to $10.99, and they're nice big bushy plants.
And I think that those are one of our best videos is of the silver dichondra. One of our most successful videos is the silver dichondra. All right, let's move on to the next product here on the Grows Direct flash sale. What do we got next?
Scleranthus biflorus, or lime lava. Now, lime lava, it's interesting. That looks so exotic and wonderful. It's hard to imagine. This is Australian native, and it grows in places like up on top of Mount Buller above the snow line, in the cracks. And if you understand where it grows, you can understand the plant a bit. It grows in the cracks in the rocks, sort of, and the melting snow runs down in those cracks, and there's lots and lots of water there. So it loves water, it loves good drainage, and it loves full hot sun. So when it's not buried under the snow, it wants to be in full hot sun. And so basically what's great about that is it gives you that really mossy look, but it gives you that mossy look in the hot sun, which most mosses won't do the mossy look in the hot sun. They do the shriveled up brown look.
That's right. And how much are they usually for that size?
Well, 24. These are big sizes. We do have smaller, cheaper ones, but these are big sizes. Normally $24.99. So if you plant these, you'll, like I actually did a guy's garden design. He's putting a house on the market, and he wanted a real cool design. And amongst other things, we use this one here, and we use this size here because he's going on the market in 6 weeks, and these will look fabulous in his garden in 6 weeks. They should grow quite a bit in 6 weeks.
So they grow quick this time of year, do they?
So $16.99. So $16.99, and a good size, like, you know, to get that instant impact in the garden.
All right. So there are only a limited quantity of those as well, available all online at the moment, as part of the Growers Direct flash sale. And we're looking at ground covers, and these are low maintenance plants at the moment.
Yeah. Now,
there's a bit of live pruning going on here.
If you've got a beach house, or maybe you've got a factory, and maybe you want something that's truly, truly low maintenance. Or if you're a real Aussie, you'd say truly, really no maintenance. Anyway, so what it is, this is a chalk stick succulent. This will take heat, it'll take frost, it'll take drought, it'll take neglect, it'll take the worst soil you could possibly find, and it'll thrive, and it'll spread, and it'll cover a big area. And so you plant, and so I often use large patches of these and maybe mix them with like an Australian native grass, like a Tanika or something like that. So they're a beautiful plant to sort of mass plant, and I use it. Like actually, again, if you're putting a place on the market, I often use these mixed with some nice native grasses as a way of filling up very, very cheaply. What's great about these nice big bushy plants, and they're $5.99. So $5.99, beautiful big strong plants like that, and great value and super duper low maintenance. These, you could plant them and never ever water them.
Yeah, they're almost impossible to kill. All right, let's
Yeah.
move on to the next one. So we got the price on those with $5.99 at the moment. And we're looking at ground covers as part of the Growers Direct flash sale.
Yeah, and there's a legend about these that on a hot day in Ireland,
That's why it's a legend,
the
isn't it?
leprechauns go into the forest and find a little mound of this Irish moss, and they lay down and they go to sleep on it and they feel the cool. But actually, I don't believe in this legend. The reason why I don't believe is I don't reckon they have any hot days in Ireland. And but over here in Australia, we have hot days. With not many leprechauns, we have really, really hot days here in Australia. And if you want to put an element of cool in your garden, you can grow this out in the sun, give it a bit of a drink, and you've got this beautiful, and it'll grow into the most beautiful green mound that you've ever seen. And you can lay down beside it and have a little rest in the cool.
Beautiful.
So
that's
Irish moss.
Irish moss, and they are $4.99 at the moment as part of the Growers Direct flash sale, reduced from $7. So all of these plants are available right now on our website, hellohelloplants.com.au. You'll see the Growers Direct flash sale banner there. Just click on it. You can purchase any of these plants right now at these incredible prices. They are limited in quantity, and the deals only go for about a week. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Now, what's interesting is prostrate rosemary. It's a product that when I put it up in a video, it's really, really popular. I use it all the time in my garden designs. In a pot, it doesn't look that exciting. Now, it has compared to the average rosemary, it has a slight sparkle in its flavour.
All right, leave us more likes and loves if you want to see Chris eating more plants today.
But
the more likes and loves, the more he'll eat.
It has a brightness over almost any other rosemary. And I had one chap come in here, and I had to taste all the different rosemaries for him. And he was looking for a rosemary to mix with gin in a special cocktail, and he chose the prostrate rosemary as his number one rosemary.
Did he taste them? Or?
No, he got me to taste them and
How
describe
does that
them.
work?
We did over the phone.
Over the phone.
We worked out that this has a beautiful sparkle in its flavour
Wow.
that the other rosemaries don't have. But the reason why I use this all the time in garden designs, it's so versatile. For instance, you can grow it up on a balcony in a pot, and it'll cascade a metre down through the steel bars, and cascade down a metre and have beautiful blue flowers. You can use it as a ground cover. Lots of customers come in here where they've done a big excavation. They've got great big embankments to cover, and prostrate rosemary, it's
like
hardy,
that one.
it's fast, it covers, and
Yeah.
so you can grow it as a border. You can grow it cascading over an embankment. You can grow it up on a balcony, grow it in a pot, grow it cascading over the side of a pot. And where in very, very windy locations, I found that a lot of the cascading plants blow away in the wind or get broken up in the wind. I find that this is actually a wind-hardy cascader. And I remember one time I was in Santa Barbara, and I was looking up a beautiful canal, and there was a beautiful arch bridge over the canal, and then hanging from the bridge was a beautiful row, about 1.5 meters long, hanging down towards the water, a beautiful sort of curtain of rosemary, blue lagoon rosemary. So it's the most beautiful plant, very versatile, and you can grow it under trees, grow it in the shade, and it'll blanket out the weeds like no other. I actually think that this is possibly one of the best low maintenance plants that we're putting on show today, and they're not expensive. They're $7.99, and what I say about these is grow 1 per square metre, or if you're in a hurry, plant 2.
Beautiful. All right, let's move quickly along to our next product.
Doesn't taste quite as good as the white thyme.
All right, no worries. Well, that's good to know. We'll keep tasting plants. The more loves and likes you leave us here today, love or like.
Yeah, I'm hoping a vanilla slice plant will be coming through shortly.
We'll see. Maybe the boys can sort that one out for you.
Yeah. So,
maybe My Pie, if they're watching us, they can send over a vanilla slice for
have
you.
a look at this. This is the most gorgeous. This is just budding. A pity we don't have one of these in flower at the moment. But have a look at that beautiful colour there. Beautiful colour there. Have a look at that beautiful colour there. Now, what that is, this actually is just, they're just budding and opening. They've got lots of buds on them, but no flowers. But this opens out into a flower about that big, much bigger than a 50-cent piece. And it's a beautiful, rich cream with silver, and the rich cream goes beautiful with its silver foliage. So beautiful, rich cream flower, big flower like that, and lots of them. We've got lots of them growing on our farm, and great big flowers, beautiful silver leaves, and really good for probably the toughest ground cover in the world. So silver and cream Gazania.
All right, great. Let's move along to our next product here as part of the Growers Direct flash sale. All of these products Well, actually right now on our website, and you can purchase them right now. You can come into the store. Our website is simply hellohelloplants.com.au, or you can visit the store. We're at 1477 Sydney Road, Campbellfield.
We seem to have missed the Daybreak Assorted, but here we're what we've got.
We'll just move on to the next one, but that's okay. We can, if it does come along, we can come back to it.
So here we've got Lomandra Lime Tuff, and we've got them for $9.99. Now Lime Tuff grows about 70 centimeters tall. It's really, really tough, and plant this in the hardest, most difficult spot. Don't water it, don't fertilize it, don't do nothing, and it'll be lush and green and bushy and beautiful with total neglect. So it's a plant that if you've got a really tough spot, maybe it's a driveway on a farm, maybe it's your factory, maybe it's your shop, maybe it's your petrol station, you can make it green and lush. And then if you wanted to mix that green and lush up with something else, you could ask me and I could help you mix something. Like, for instance, these go really good with, say, like one of the Dwarf Nandinas. You can mix up the green and lush with the red with the Dwarf Nandina, and you can make a low maintenance combo. And at $9.99, these are all, and they don't seed, they don't dry up, they don't turn brown like other grasses. They just say green and lush and about 90 centimeters tall. And they're $9.99 down from $16.99.
Great prices here on the Growers Direct flash sale today. Looking at some incredible products. Yeah, maybe we pop it there, and then Chris, you might have to just come over to your right a little bit. So yeah, there you go.
Here's a really good low maintenance choice for your garden. Say you're planting a native garden, and say you need a tree. Now there's lots of beautiful native ground covers and beautiful native little low bushes and things like that. But in trees, there's a little bit of a shortage. Most trees, you've got to get some bloke around in a couple of years with a chainsaw to chainsaw it down. And he's going to charge you $800 to chainsaw it up and get rid of it for you. But this one here, it's going to come in, it's going to be about this high. And in 10 years' time, it's going to be about this high. It's going to be nice and fat. It's going to hang down to the ground. And you won't need to get it chainsawed or got rid of. And that's where I started this off. I talked about fixing up somebody's garden, and it was really, I did it as a gift, but it was really thousands of dollars worth of work. By planting a tree like this, you have beauty in the garden, you have interest, it's evergreen, it's really, really low maintenance, but you're not going to have to hire that bloke with a chainsaw. And these ones here reduce from $224 to $199.
Beautiful. All right, that's a really good price actually. Crazy deals here on the Growers Direct flash sale. So you're saving $30 on one of those. There's only a few of them available too, so you definitely want to jump on that if you enjoy what you see here today. We're going to look at two.
These are fabulous.
We're looking at two here.
Yeah, what I said to the grower when I got these, I said, look, get them from the far end of the paddock. They've got heads on them up there bigger than mine. And that's what he did.
So what's the difference actually, just for the viewers, because these are two kinds, is it? You got two different heads? Just for the viewers.
Yeah,
just
these are heads that are bigger than mine. That's why I ordered.
Oh, you got the height. There you go. Yeah. It was hard to tell on under the table.
So there we are.
There we go. That's the difference.
What it is, a lot of people, like I did a garden design recently for some customers, and they wanted a cottage garden, and we needed some evergreen, low maintenance tree to tie it all together. And I did one of these every 5 meters through the whole garden. And we planted 5 or 6 of them, big cottage garden. And these form the low maintenance evergreen thing to tie together. They're only going to get about 1 meter round. You can trim them and shape them. And then this one here is your taller graft. Now with your taller graft, this could be the centerpiece in a small garden. You could grow, either of these will grow in a tub, but this is good for mass planting and as a kind of a support act. And the bigger one is aimed more at the centerpiece in the small garden.
Beautiful.
And what's really good, now these can be really quite expensive, they can be hard to get. They're normally $299.99. We've got them big or small, $179.99.
Oh, that's awesome. And so $120 off.
Yeah, and
nice.
We order them in from the grower from the big end of the field with heads bigger than mine.
All right, get in there, guys. There literally is only like a handful of these at that price. $120 off. It's the Growers Direct flash sale. You can hop on over to our website, purchase them now, snap them up, hellohelloplants.com.au, or you can come in and check them out if you want to see them in person.
Or get on the phone and order them right now.
Get on the plugger, 0393593331. Great, let's move on to the next one.
Hook up the trailer and get down here and chuck a couple in the back of the trailer.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, if you're loving and liking this live, or liking, we'll just say like. What do you reckon, a love or a like? Yeah, if you want...
I'd like some love.
All right, well, if you're loving this live and you want Chris to eat some more plants, taste them for you, then he can do that on the live today.
Now here we've got a Grevillea Goudy Chowdy. Now those last Acacia Standards that I showed you are not really flowering, but this one here has a beautiful red, like little bottle brush flower. Beautiful red flower, has lots and lots of them, and again, it's never going to get too big. This is a safe tree to put into your garden. It's just going to grow out and down, never get too big. And instead of paying $2.99, they're $179.99. So $179.99. Beautiful red flowers, lovely shape, interesting foliage, fabulous feature tree in a small garden, or where you don't want to have some big tree they're going to have to wrestle with in the future.
Yeah, so that's another awesome deal at $120 off as part of our Grows Direct Flash Sale. So we're looking at native products too. We haven't mentioned that, but this is all natives, and it's all part of the low maintenance theme today.
Now here we've got Cousin It. Now Cousin It is one of the most versatile plants around. I think it'd be in the top, in terms when I do garden design, this would be in the top 10 plants. I'd use this in native gardens, I use it in exotic gardens. I love the colour, I love the texture, I love the hardiness, I love how big and strong it grows. I love how much it can cascade over a stone wall or an embankment. I use it in pots, I use it at falling over walls, I use it as ground cover, I use it as lawns, I use it to cover over rocks. I often use it where people have got big steel grates that are real ugly. And you plant it around the steel grate and it'll cover over the steel grate. So, and you can still peel it back and expose the steel grate. So it's a really, really handy, wonderful plant. It's called Cousin It from, what was that show?
The Addams Family.
Yeah, it's from Cousin It. From
there it is, it's in the back there.
From the Addams Family, Cousin It. Yeah. Very, very versatile, very, very hardy, very, very low. It exactly fits what I said. It's self-shaping. It's hardy, it's persistent, you can still have it in 20 years. Cousin It, and it is, instead of paying $18, you're $12 for the most beautiful green lush plants you've ever seen.
$12.99 down from $18.99. Great, let's keep moving along. We're looking at natives now. It's part of our low maintenance theme on the Grows Direct Flash Sale today.
Now, Bioporum fine leaf, great thing to cover an embankment. I remember when they were doing the subdivision on Waverley Park, it was just at the start of the drought, and there was this ugly, horrible clay bank in front of it, and it was hundreds of metres long. And one morning I was driving to work and I saw blokes planting in the bank. They were putting those in the bank, and it was the start of the drought. You couldn't water your garden, and I thought they'll never make it. And I was wrong. In about 18 months, that whole bank was a beautiful sea of green. But then the most beautiful thing about this is come summer, and it happens for 3 or 4 months, these little tiny white flowers appear, and they smell like that beautiful leatherwood honey. Like they just smell the most beautiful fragrance. So you've got these little white flowers, lovely soft green foliage, and you can cover an embankment. And I remember during the last big drought, there was a person I was talking to up in Bendigo, and they couldn't water their garden, and they said, look, if it wasn't for this Bioporum fine leaf, we wouldn't have any green in the garden at all. But it was growing right during the drought up there in Bendigo where you couldn't water. That was very, very dry. And giving off that beautiful white fragrance.
So there's a come down from $12.99 to $7.99 on the Grows Direct Flash Sale. All right, let's move along to our next product.
And like I said before, plant 1 per square metre, 2 per square metre if you're in a hurry. Fine leaf Bioporum.
Lovely.
Okay, this is Acacia Fettuccini. Now I always get hungry when I do this because I think I love fettuccine. It's wonderful.
You eat this one or not?
No,
really?
I can't eat it, unfortunately. Okay. It's not really edible, but it has beautiful, where the other Acacia got a really fine leaf, this has a coarse fettuccine style leaf. Makes me hungry just to look at it, actually.
Even from this distance, it looks kind of like, it has that ruffled look of fettuccine.
I reckon a bit of cream sauce, it might be okay. So anyway,
depends
great little hardy bush, self-shaping, nice round bush. Down from, in 8-inch pots, down from $34.99 to $27.99. These will cover a good square metre, no worries, and make a beautiful low maintenance, drought hardy, poor soil hardy, lovely little round green bush with that beautiful fettuccine finish.
Beautiful. All right, so down from $34.99 to $27.99. We've just got a question here asking, can you buy these online? I'm in Sydney.
Oh yeah, yes you can.
Yeah.
But the only
some of the bigger stuff
small
might be
things
tricky.
We can post, and big stuff we have to send in big lots on pallets up
there.
there.
Give us a call if you want to snap up any of these deals. 03 9359 3331. Our sales staff are on standby to take any orders that you might have from interstate viewers.
Yeah, but interstate people wanting a garden lot will find that they can get it quite economically here. If they do a whole pallet full of stuff,
Best to buy in bulk, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
all right,
and then the freight on individual plants, the freight can be a bit pricey. So here we've got Leptospermum Little Bun. Now, Little Bun, beautiful white flowers, and beautiful tea tree smell to it. Lovely, lovely little round bun, and this is just going to be a lovely little round bun in the garden. Lovely white flowers, very, very hardy, very easy to grow. Really pretty little plant, and they, instead of paying $16.99, you're paying $8.99.
Great. All right, let's move on to the next one. We've got a question here asking any Japanese maples today. It's low maintenance today, so...
I think there is. I think there's one or two in there.
All right, hang in there, Gaz, if you're watching us.
Now, here we've got one of my favourite plants, and actually I was just at the show the other day, and this would have been one of the main plants in all the exhibits.
What show were you at, Chris?
The Flower and...
Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show.
Yeah, Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show. And one of the plants you saw everywhere with birthday candles.
Yeah, they're in vogue, aren't they? Yeah.
Beautiful little orange flowers, very much in vogue at the moment. They can be expensive, they can be hard to get. Instead of paying $34.99, we've got them for $19.99, and you can see the nice big healthy plants. They are the most beautiful, compact, long-lasting garden feature you can get your hands on, particularly in that native fashion. And for $19.99, you really can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's a limited. These are all limited quantities as well. Yeah, they were super popular at the show. They were sort of in all the top, like the garden landscapes that won.
The winner had it. Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving along on our Growers Direct flash sale. These are all of our low maintenance plants. We're looking at natives at the moment.
Everybody's heard of the Little John Callistemon, but here you've got the better John Callistemon. And basically, these are beautiful plants. This grows about a metre tall and about 80 or 90 centimetres wide. So it's a beautiful bright green, very dense foliage. And what it does, for about 6 months of the year, it's going to be covered in the most beautiful little tiny red bottle brushes. So really, really attractive. And if you wanted to have a callistemon in your garden, but you didn't want a great big shaggy thing, didn't want to hire them blokes with chainsaws to come around and have to chop the damn thing down, this is it. You called your better John. Fabulous bright green foliage, beautiful little red things, and instead of paying $16.99, big healthy plants, we're talking $11.99. So $11.99 for the better John Callistemon.
Yes, as part of the Growers Direct flash sale, leave us a love if you're enjoying this live today, and share it far and wide. The more loves actually you leave, the further our live gets spread out into the community, so they can find these incredible deals, because I doubt there's any other nursery that has deals like this, retail nurseries that is.
No. Even wholesale, nobody has the combo.
Some of this is lower than wholesale.
But look, the thing is that with our nursery, we've got free garden design. We spend over $300 over most of Victoria. We do free delivery. We don't care how many you buy, fill the whole truck up, free delivery. There's trucks going out to Traralgon, trucks going out to Shepparton, Bendigo, to Ballarat, right down the Bellarine Peninsula. They're going out all the time. In fact, I've got one van, and it's not even a year old, and it's got over 100,000 kilometres on it from doing these deliveries. So
it's gone all around Australia.
Yeah, and some of you might have seen that bright green van with a good-looking bloke plastered on the side of it in a pink tutu. That's me. And at any rate, we do free delivery over most of Victoria. Just spend over $300, and you'll get that van with that good-looking bloke on the side out to your house.
Oh, we better keep moving
And we don't care if it's Traralgon, Shepparton, Moe, Morwell.
We'll deliver it, yes.
Yeah, we'll deliver it with a smile.
All right, great.
And this is Casuarina Green Wave, and this is a really, really tough plant, and it's a miniature Casuarina. If you left it to its own devices, it'd grow about 1.5 metres wide and about 2 metres tall, but you can clip it and just have it a metre tall, and balls are all the fashion. Like if you go to this week's International Flower and Garden Show, you'll see that there's balls and all, and this is a great way to make a low maintenance, really tough ball at your beach house, in front of your factory. Beautiful green balls, and if you Google these, the Casuarina Green Wave, you'll see beautiful balls on the internet. Fabulous plant, and then instead of paying $39.99, they're $19.99 for beautiful big plants like that.
All right, beautiful. Let's move on to our next product here on the Growers Direct flash sale. All of these plants, limited quantities, but available on our website right now. What do we got there, Chris?
Now, if you want small, neat native plants, here it is. We've offered you quite a few small, neat, and this has beautiful rosy pink flowers. It's called Mt Tamboritha, and it's a beautiful low ground covering grevillea with fabulous pink flowers, and they're normally a little bit expensive. We've got them, instead of $14.99, pay $11.99. So $11.99, and basically you'll see you can grow a whole native garden from what we've got here.
All right, beautiful. Let's move on to our next product of the day. We're looking at natives in the low maintenance theme for this Growers Direct flash sale today.
Yeah. Now these are raspberry ripple, and we'll have a look. They're just starting to flower, and I love the rusty pink. Now these are going to flower all winter and into spring, and I love these flowers are just starting to emerge. They'll be much bigger in another week or two, but beautiful, lovely sort of bluey green foliage, and a fabulous soft rusty kind of pink. Fabulous plant, and it reduced from $15.99 to $11.99. So $11.99 Grevillea Raspberry Ripple.
All right, great. Let's move on to our next product here today on the Growers Direct flash sale.
So Rhagodia Aussie Flatbush. Now this is when people give me a really, they say they've got a dry old block and there's gum trees growing, and you wonder what the heck can I put out there. This grows into a beautiful low silvery grey mound. It'll grow anywhere, worse soil, gum tree competition, doesn't matter what it is, this will take it. It's a type of saltbush, wonderfully edible.
Oh, this one's edible. Okay, there we go. And I just wanted to say, I think we got the wrong name on the actual up there, so just ignore the name for this up there back. But it's the Aussie Flatbush, isn't it? This one?
Which is the one before the Tanika. So we went
Rhagodia. Aussie
Rhagodia.
Flatbush, that's it.
And it's got this amazing salty flavour, and chefs often use these with a steak.
Yeah, right. So you can season your steak with them.
Yeah.
That's about the fourth plant you've tasted today, I think.
Yeah, and a beautiful low silver grey mound. And
is it salty?
Yeah, really salty.
Flavour. Okay,
quite salty.
All right, amazing.
Another pinch of that, and I'll have had my daily salt requirement.
Yeah.
So saltbush from $16.99 to $12.99. So $12.99 Aussie Flatbush.
All right, great. Let's move along to the next product. Might have to quicken these last ones up here. So we're doing a Growers Direct flash sale.
Now Lomandra is the #1 selling ornamental plant in Australia, and the reason why it's so popular, when they're building universities and freeways, they buy them by the thousand and mass plant them, and they make the most beautiful soft grass. It moves in the wind. And what's great about it, where a lot of grasses die off as part of the year and all dead and brown and look terrible, maybe they'll bushfire or whatever, these stay green and lush all year round in the hardiest and toughest of spots, green and lush all year round, and they're called Lomandra Tanika, a very hardy, lush green grass.
Great. All right, let's move along. And they'll drop from $9.99 down to $5.99. So basically half price.
Yeah.
Nearly half price.
Now, Casa Blue, I find they're pretty hard to get normally, and they're normally $14.99. Sometimes you see them for $16 or $18.99. And here we've got Casa Blue Dianella for $9.99. Now these will grow in the shade, they'll grow in the sun, they'll grow in a tough spot. Lovely bright blue. So if you wanted a nice short grass to add to the garden that's a beautiful blue, consider your Dianella Casa Blue. And don't pay $14.99, get in on the Aussie Direct flash sale and pay $9.99.
Beautiful.
And you can get on the phone and you can buy them now. Go
get
online
on the
and buy them now.
plugger, 039 359 333 What's the plugger in...
What's that?
What's the plugger? That's another Aussie term, isn't it? Get on the plugger?
Yeah, that's right. All Aussie terms. Get the roo on the plugger. Yeah. So,
all right, let's keep going. So we're up to this should be Callistemon Slim.
Foreigners could learn to speak English here, or Aussie. They could learn to speak Aussie, like
that's
they
right.
could say. Like we don't say David in Australia, we say Davo.
Davo, that's right.
Yeah, Davo.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Anyway, so here we have Callistemon Slim. Now, Callistemon Slim is a fantastic plant. What it does, it's a callistemon that grows tall and narrow. It gets covered in beautiful red flowers, and it's very it's sort of compact. You even see, look at it. It's sort of super duper bushy and compacted. And when it flowers, the flowers are really close together. So you've got real compaction with the flowers. So flowers are tight. Where a lot of callistemums, the flowers are spread out. And I use this a lot in my garden designs, where somebody like they've got a narrow bed up the side of their fence or something like that, and they want something 3 or 4 meters tall, but really, really skinny. I'll use this one here, and it's called Callistemon Slim.
Slim bottle brush,
and I didn't do the price.
Well,
instead of paying $16.99, they're giving them away for $11.99.
$11.99, limited quantities.
And you can see they're good big bushy plants.
Great.
Now here we've got Coria Dusky Bells. Now I remember the first native plant that my mum planted in the garden was a Dusky Bells. And what was amazing, I remember I used to sit out in the front step, had little honey eaters that come from everywhere, and have 2 or 3 honey eaters on it at a time, eating out of the little red bellflowers. And I've always liked them. But if you want a plant that flowers for 5-6 months of the year, small, grows under a gum tree, grows in the shade, grows in the hot sun, grows in almost any sort of condition, Dusky Bells, beautiful little low maintenance plant, and the birds love it. The little
lovely.
All
right. What are we going? We're coming down from what on those? They were $16.99.
Yeah, we're $16.99 now, $9.99.
No, $11.99 I think, isn't it? Oh no, you're right, $9.99. Yeah. Incredible prices here today. Limited quantities. These are all available right now on our Growers Direct flash sale on our website right now. And a big shout out to Shelley, just said hello. Remember Shelley who used to work for us?
Oh, hi Shelley.
There you go. Thanks for joining us today. And yeah, you can come in, purchase these in store, 1477 Sydney Road, Campbellfield, or you can purchase online at hellohelloplants.com.au, or you can give us a call 039359 33331. We're going to have to speed through. There's still quite a few products to get through, so we're going to have to do a turbo on these few products we're going to get through here.
We've done a video on these. These are Calberry carpet. Now, Calberry carpet, a beautiful silver grey, sort of thick carpet. It loves the trim. You can grow it 50 or 60 centimetres high, but it'll spread quite wide, has little yellow flowers, lovely silver foliage. I've seen this growing in the hottest, driest, hardiest condition, thick and bushy ground cover that blankets out the weeds. Normally pretty expensive, normally $16.99. We've got them for $11.99, so $11.99.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's move on to our next product. Growers Direct flash sale, low maintenance plants. These plants are almost impossible to kill, all these plants we're showing you today.
Now here's a beautiful aggressive growing ground cover that flowers for 6-7 months of the year, and it's a purple fan flower. Plant one of these a square metre, make big patches of beautiful green. It's a lovely native plant and little purple fan flowers, and it's quite a luscious, luxurious sort of native plant. And instead of paying $10.99, they're $12.99.
Love it, and the flowers are gorgeous. All right, let's get on to our next product.
That finishes our natives. Now we've got a 12.
The screens, yeah.
Now we've got a 12-inch Portuguese laurel.
All right, let's bring that in the frame there.
Now this is a good size laurel.
I think we can chuck it on, pop it up on the table, boys, just so we can get. It's easier to see, I think. Yeah.
And actually, we'll put it up there for a second, then put it back down, because what we'll do is we'll have a look at me. I'm 1.8 meters tall, and so this is up to my nose. So
lovely.
Technically, this is probably 1.6 meters out of the pot.
Yeah.
It's a good size plant.
All right, we'll
and in a 12-inch pot.
Pop it back on the table for our Instagram viewers won't be able to see it right now. There we go.
So 1.6 meters tall, and normally $139.99. These are pretty much half price at $69.99. Now, Portuguese laurel make a beautiful hedge. They have a lovely white flower in springtime. They grow well in the shade. They grow well under other trees. They're hardy. They're versatile. They're very, very attractive. They're also, if you're in an area that's frosty, too frosty perhaps for lily pillies or some of your other hedges, they're very, very frost hardy. So perfect. Portuguese laurel, and 1.6 meters tall, 12-inch pot, $69.99.
Amazing. It's basically half price, and there's only a handful of those available on the Growers Direct flash sale today.
Now, we have put a couple of deciduous trees in. A lot of people want a tall, narrow screen. This is a fast-growing, tall, narrow screen, white blossom in spring, burgundy autumn colour in the autumn, lovely green, lush foliage.
You might have to move your camera. Hang on, Chris, because some of our... might have to change your angle there. Hopefully that gets us on the frame. Anyway, keep going.
So your capital pear, normally $139.99. Now, these are 2.2 metres tall, and they're $69.99.
All right, there you go. Some of these plants are so big they barely fit in the frame of our camera. And what were they? They were $69.99.
$69.99, 2.2 metres tall, capital pear. the slimmest,
go
narrowest,
broke on
neatest
that,
of all of your ornamental pears. Now here we've got a smaragd conifer. Now I put this in because smaragd conifers are very much self-shaping. They don't grow too fast. You can give them a little trim, you can keep them down so they grow in a lovely conical shape, so that you can use them as a not too vigorous hedge or border, use them as a feature, use them as a marker, grow them in a pot. Very, very versatile. And normally for something like this you'd be paying $129.99, and we've got these for $69.99.
Wow.
So $69.99, beautiful advanced conifers.
All right, some of our biggest savings here in the screen category. These are all low maintenance. We do have a question here asking, are these their everyday prices or is this a sale?
No, this is your sale. So this is your sale
you've got
today.
limited quantities.
So if you come back in a week or two, you won't get this. This is why we're saying jump online, ring up, or come in this weekend and buy
That's
them.
right. Some of the bigger stuff too, there's only like in the 10s and 20 quantities. There's not much available at that price.
Now I want to show you, this bay tree here is 1.5 metres tall out of the
Might
pot.
be off camera, hang on.
That's 1.5 metres after you planted. So your 1.5 metre bay tree. Now what's interesting about your 1.5, bay trees are all the road. Bay trees are great for hedges, great for topiary. Everybody wants bay trees at the moment. So most people have got small bay trees for big prices. This is a big bay tree for a small price. So instead of paying $59.99, you're only paying $49.99 for a 1.5 metre bay tree. This is the one that you can eat. This is your bay tree that you can use.
Oh wow, okay, so that's our 5th edible product today.
Get one of these and you'll never buy. But a lot of people, they talk about the cost of living crisis. A lot of people are spending a lot of money buying bay leaves for cooking.
Beautiful.
And so for $49.99, you can have a beautiful specimen or hedge, and you can pick you keep the whole family in bay leaves. Even your parents and your grandkids and stuff could all be eating bay leaves.
And they've got crazy good health benefits too, I think.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next.
I feel better already.
There you go. Move on to our next product.
Now, I had sort of second thoughts. These grow a little bit wild. This is your Chinese star jasmine. 10 weeks of amazing white fragrant flowers in summer. But what I was thinking is that although there's a little bit of work in growing these, you can make a beautiful wall. What you do is you erect a bit of wire trellis or a bit of trellis against the fence, and these you weave them up on the fence, and you can make a beautiful evergreen wall with 10 weeks of beautiful white flowers in summer.
All right, great. What are they going down from?
At normally $16.99, we've got them for $9.99 this week.
Lovely. All right, a couple more products here. We're still looking at screens actually. Low maintenance screens on the Growers Direct flash sale.
Yep. So here we are, screens, fire screen lily pilly. Normally $32.99. These are over a metre tall. These are frost hardy. The bugs don't eat them. They're one of the best ones on the market. They have red tips when they grow. And your fire screen lily pilly, instead of paying $32.99, 1 metre tall, $19.99. So $19.99, really good value. You can get on the phone and order some of those right now.
Great, and we've got some questions just asking where we're located. So we're at 1477 Sydney Road, Campbellfield. You can come in store, snap up these bargains. If you want to see any of these products in the flesh, you can do that here in the store.
So here we have the Sublime Lily Pilly. Sublime Lily Pilly is dark green old foliage, lime coloured new foliage. It doesn't grow too fast, doesn't grow too big. It's one you could easily keep in hand. It's frost hardy, drought hardy, and the bugs don't eat it. So really, really good lily pilly. Don't pay $42.99, pay $19.99. So $19.99, they're about 80 centimetres tall. Really, really good value.
Amazing value here on the Growers Direct flash sale today. All low maintenance plants. Checking out screenage at the moment.
Now here we have the straight and narrow lily pilly. You can see it's very thick and bushy, lovely fine foliage. And this is like the pencil pine of lily pillies. It just grows tall and skinny. And we've got straight and narrow lily pilly, not $39.99, but $19.99 in a 8-inch pot. So if you've got a little skinny spot, like maybe it's a narrow bed between two driveways or something like that, and you want to grow something 3 metres tall but really skinny, you can't beat your straight and narrow lily pilly.
Beautiful, and these are all part of the Growers Direct flash sale. Don't forget, you can order these right now straight off our website, hellohelloplants.com.au.
There's no label on these.
And we're looking at screens at the moment as part of the Growers Direct flash sale.
Right. Okay,
All right, we're
so
gonna actually. There's a quick question: do we deliver to Holbrook in New South Wales?
we can small items we can post, big items we send by the pallet, or multiple items by the pallet.
All right, lovely.
Now,
there you go.
What we've got here is, I think that this is really good for a lot of people. Have got like a shady side of the house, and they might have a kitchen window looking out into a shady area, and they want something tall and flowering. Here it is. This is an avalanche camellia. It has beautiful white flowers. Now this plant here is about 1 metre tall, and if I counted up all the buds on it, it'll have 60 or 80 buds. Next year it'll have 200 buds on it.
Wow.
And it opens out of the most beautiful fluffy white
we can
flowers.
see it there, yeah.
And it grows tall and narrow. So it's a tall, narrow camellia.
Incredible.
It's one that doesn't need a lot of shaping. So if you've got a skinny garden bed and it's a bit shady, even if it's a bit sunny, it'll still grow there, but it certainly takes shade where there's nothing else is tall, skinny and flowering for the shade. This is your avalanche camellia, and fabulous white flowers, and they can be quite expensive, normally $41.99. We've got them for $33.99, and they're a good metre tall.
Beautiful. And so they're down to $33.99 at the moment. Only limited quantities of these plants at these prices.
Now this one here is called With Love, and it really is with love. And what you can see, there's your thing there, and it's a beautiful rich double pink.
Yeah, we can see it in the TV as well behind you.
Last winter when we had them here in flower, they sold like hotcakes. People couldn't resist them. They were buying whole trolleyfuls of them. And your With Love is down from $41.99 to $33.99. So $33.99. Great if you want something tall, narrow, flowering, in the shade, hardy, easy to grow. It's a Sasanqua camellia With Love, 8-inch pot, $33.99.
Great. And we've got a question that's sort of related to the theme, or the low maintenance theme, but we're looking at screens at the moment, just asking, what's a good low maintenance hedge for Queensland?
One of these lily pillies, like that fire screen, fabulous.
The fire screen, all right, there you go.
Fire screen, or
that.
that sublime, really, really good low maintenance hedge.
All right, beautiful. Let's keep moving along. So
okay, Setsugeki, look at this beautiful white. Now this is one of your all-time classics. Setsugeki has particularly nice foliage, really, really nice foliage. So it looks good all year round. It's very, very bushy. Lots of these beautiful big white single flowers. So great as a flowering hedge, great in the shade, good in the hot sun. Fast growing, nice and bushy, but particularly probably one of the prettiest foliages of any of your Sasanqua camellias. And Setsugeki reduced from $49.99 to $33.99. 8-inch pot, about 1 metre tall.
There you go, yeah.
And they're just about to start flowering like crazy.
And they can grow in full sun, you mentioned, yeah? They're good in full, that's really cool. Really nice.
But they'll grow in complete shade as well.
That's incredibly versatile. There you go.
So here we have, and here we can see there's a flower just finishing there and another bud coming. And so your Little Gem, very active flowering plant. It has flowers pretty much all year round. And big, nice big ones like this. You can see this one set up to my chin. You can see nice big ones there, well over 1 metre tall. Normally cost $100 or more. And right now we've reduced them in 10-inch pots from $69.99, which is our normal low price, to $49.99.
Lovely.
So $49.99. And they're about just under 5 foot tall, $49.99. Little Gem, evergreen, hardy, easy to grow, tough, grow them almost anywhere. Very compact, never get too big. You'll never have that bloke come around with a chainsaw to chainsaw it down. And they're $49.99.
Down from $69.99, and we are looking at our Growers Direct flash sale for those of you who have just joined us. Amazing specials on a bunch of products, low maintenance, all low maintenance products at the moment.
Okay, so here we've got the Fairy Magnolia White, about 1 metre tall. Now this in springtime, this will just be covered in white fragrant flowers. So covered in white fragrant flowers, 1 metre tall, great for a hedge, great for a specimen, great if you want to sort of trim it and keep it not too big. Like if you wanted to, say you want a magnolia and just want to keep it 1.5 metres tall, you could not beat this one here. So if you're after a nice compact magnolia, the Fairy Magnolia in white is only $34.99.
Wonderful, wonderful deals here on the Growers Direct flash sale. All low maintenance plants. You can head over to hellohelloplants.com.au and you can order these plants right now. They are limited quantities and they are limited at this price. You're not going to find these prices again unless we run a sale like this again, which we probably won't, because it's on a sort of like a seasonal basis, isn't it?
Yeah.
We do have a quick question because we are looking at screens. Chucky asks, she's in New South Wales looking for a thin tree for screening in full sun.
Okay, this could be it here. What we've got here, this is called pin green. Now, this is a pin oak, and it is one of the skinniest trees on the market. Now, pin oaks are notoriously tough. They're one of the toughest trees around. Boggy conditions, dry conditions, hot conditions, drought conditions, frosty conditions, heat conditions, windy conditions. The pin oak loves it. It laps it up. It's really, really tough. And one of the secrets for growing them is keep the grass and weeds away from the bottom, give them a little bit of lime, and use a bit of old oak leaves and rubbish from under an oak tree, and they'll go crazy. But anyway, if you buy a heap of these, I can tell you how to make them grow. But what's interesting about this tree, it grows tall and skinny. So if you want a tree that didn't spread out too much, you want it tall and skinny along the edge of your property, this pin green is one of the best. It's a rather unusual tree. You don't see it around, and normally quite expensive. These ones here, this is about 2.2 meters tall, and it's normally $139.99, $79.99 for a rare, beautiful tree. And it's going to, like in no time at all, it's going to be 5 or 6 meters tall. It's going to be beautiful and skinny, not too wide, and fantastic autumn color. That's the great thing about the pin oak is, apart from being tough, we've got beautiful, beautiful foliage now, and then beautiful autumn colour later.
Yeah, she doesn't say where she's from in New South Wales, but I suppose if you're inland, you'll get that really beautiful autumn colour, won't you?
Look, I reckon anywhere, as long as you weren't up in the subtropical coast, you'd do really, really well.
We just got another one quickly. Sorry to interrupt. Just saying, wish they could buy located in Sydney, but I think we've sort of answered that.
If you need a big lot of stuff, we'll put it on a pallet. Well, I think we can put a pallet. Like, say you like those pin greens there. Say you could do a whole mix of things by just using the pin greens as an example. We could put 50 of those on a pallet at $69.99. I bet you couldn't buy anything like that for under $200 in Sydney.
Probably not.
We put 50 or 60 of those on a pallet and ship them there for $500 to your door in Sydney.
Incredible. Head over to hellohelloplants.com.au right now and make your order if you're in Sydney.
Yeah. So viburnum dense fence. Now, what's interesting about this is it's short and fat. And I remember when I was young, I was short and fat, and I didn't find it that good. But with this, it's actually good, because what it is that, and this is why I chose this one and put in the Growers Direct sale. We sell lots of sweet viburnum, but sweet viburnum grows like crazy. It grows big, it grows tall, it grows crazy, and it can create maintenance problems. But yeah, this one here, dense fence, is very, very dense. It doesn't flower. It's really thick and bushy. It's going to block the neighbours right out. It's going to grow a little bit slower, but you're going to do a lot less trimming. So if you're a little lazy, if you want low maintenance, you go for this dense fence, and it's really, really good value. I mean, we do have them a lot cheaper than this, but this is a really big dense fence. Instead of paying $129.99, you're paying $69.99, and look how thick and bushy it is. And you could have, if you planted this, you could have a beautiful 1.8 metre, 2 metre hedge in no time that will be low maintenance. So viburnum dense fence, great for probably the best viburnum for low maintenance.
Makes a great hedge. So reduced from $129.99 down to $69.99 for those. Only a few of those at that price, and this is only for a limited time as well. So jump on those deals if you like what you see here today.
Now I'm going to test this and see whether your Miles Choice bay tree tastes any different to your normal bay tree. I think it's a fraction sweeter.
Is it intense though? Because doesn't bay tree need to be like cooked into?
Yeah.
So it's intense. Okay.
But you can eat it straight off the tree too.
Okay.
So, but this is a Miles Choice bay tree. Now, if you're interested in low maintenance, your Miles Choice would be of great interest to you, because the Miles Choice is denser, neater, not as fast, not as big growing. So basically, it makes, from this you'll get an easy to maintain bay hedge, because it's denser and bushier, and normally they're quite expensive. These are enormous 6-inch pots, and instead of paying $19.99, you're paying $9.99, and they're
amazing.
Enormous. They're absolutely fabulous big pots. So $9.99 for Miles Choice. It has beautiful foliage. It's hardy. It's dense. It doesn't grow too fast, and you can see it's much thicker and bushier than the other bay tree that we're looking at. So if you want an upmarket bay tree on the cheap, $9.99 for 6-inch pot Miles Choice.
That's amazing value. So definitely jump on these deals. They're limited quantities, limited stock, and it's only for a limited time. If you do want to get them at these prices and you want to move quick, we're open all long. Oh, it's not a long weekend, but we're open all weekend. You can come on down, 1477 Sydney Road, Campbellfield. What have we got up here next on our Growers Direct Flash Sale?
Now we sell, this is a Japanese plum yew. Now Japanese plum yew grow a little bit like a pencil pine, and they're slow growing and they grow tall and skinny. And so this is, we have these in bigger sizes if you want, but this is one if you wanted something on the cheap. And in 2 years you'll have this up a metre tall, and it has a lot of character. It's a beautiful, a lot of your pencil pine type things don't have much character. This has beautiful characters, grows tall and narrow, loves a trim, very, very low maintenance, and it's a Japanese plum yew. And don't pay $36.99, pay $19.99 at the Grower Direct Flash Sale. $19.99 for a rare and beautiful compact tree.
Yeah, and are they sort of like an in vogue thing too? Because we saw a lot of pines at the Melbourne International Flower Show. Yeah,
that sort of piney, needly look is really in vogue at the moment.
Hey, we just got a quick comment here, just saying such an informative segment. What's the difference between fire screen and forest flame hedges? Do you know?
Fire screen is faster.
Okay.
Faster and more upright.
Amazing.
But they're both they're like cousins. They're a little bit similar. They have the same sort of come from the similar original stock.
Great. All right, there you go. That answers your hopefully that answers your question for you. All right, let's move along.
I often get older people coming in saying that they've got some 2-story or 3-story flats out the back and they want to block them off. And you know what if they're old, what I recommend to them is Glauca pencil pines. And the reason why I recommend these is Glauca pencil pines grow about 9 metres tall. They get there really, really quick. But the thing is, they don't have branches going out here and there. So what it is with older people, they don't want to go up ladders, and they don't want to have to pay a fortune to get some bloke in on one of those scissor lifts or something like that to go up and do it. And these are never going to cost you a fortune. You never have to go up a ladder. They grow tall and skinny. They're not going to grow into the neighbour's house. No one's going to ring up and say, hey, listen, you've got to trim that, blah, 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 because they are tall and skinny. They grow 9 metres tall, but no more than a metre wide.
Great. What's the price on these ones?
Glauca pencil pines, normally $29.99. These are $15.99, so $15.99.
Awesome, absolutely awesome value. Only a few of those available at that price. All right, move along. We're on the Growers Direct Flash Sale, low maintenance plants.
Now, Spartans are one of the best conifers around because they're highly trimmable. Look at this here. Look at this Spartan here.
We're gonna have to get you on camera here. Hang on a sec. There we go. Yeah, that's it. You move it in like that. I think that'll do it. And then Chris, if you just go across to your right a little. Oh, sorry, your left. Other way. Yeah, that way. Yep. Yeah. There we go.
Okay. So, I bought this one in here to illustrate how versatile it is. So if you wanted to trim and train a conifer, this is fantastic. But you don't really have to trim. This one grows about 4 metres tall and 1.2 metres wide. So it's shorter than a pencil pine. It's slower growing than a pencil pine, and it's fatter than a pencil pine.
Beautiful.
And so it has a sort of a different application, and it's very, very easy to trim. So basically, but it's a conifer that you can grow a screen out of. You can grow an avenue with it. You can toporize it into a shape. Very, very, grow it in a pot. Grow at the entrance of a mansion in a pot or something like that. So a beautiful, versatile plant. It grows 80 or 90 centimetres a year. Very fast, very easy to grow. Spartan conifer, 8-inch pot, not $21.99, but $18.99. So $18.99 for 8-inch pot Spartan conifer, and it'll grow 80 or 90 centimetres a year. So $18.99, great for a hedge, great for a screen, great for an avenue.
Perfect. Yeah, we're looking at screens, perfect for screening. This is on our Growers Direct Flash Sale. It's live right now. You can head over to hellohelloplants.com.au, or you can simply come into the store and order your plants straight from our sales staff, who are ready to take your orders.
So what we have here is a Tolly's upright olive. Now your Tolly's upright olive is a tall, narrow. Your Tolly's upright olive is a tall, narrow growing olive. That doesn't fruit. So if you want to have a hassle-free, non-spreading, tall, narrow olives, and maybe you want to grow a hedge, maybe you want to grow a screen, maybe you want a specimen plant, and normally they're quite expensive. One like this you'd expect to pay $69.99. We've got beautiful ones a metre tall like this for $29.99. So $29.99 in a 10-inch pot, Tolly's upright olive.
All right, beautiful. Growers Direct Flash Sale happening right now. Hop on in, hellohelloplants.com.au, or our sales staff are waiting to take your call, 03 9359 331. We can take your call and get your orders right now.
Now, Magnolia Kay Parris, this is a compact growing magnolia, beautiful foliage, big white fragrant flowers. Let's have a look at the label here, see if you can see the label. There's
Yeah,
the
and
label
the video behind you shows off their beautiful large flowers, yes.
Beautiful foliage, beautiful big white fragrant flowers, a little bit bigger than your Little Gem, but still a compact, neat little evergreen magnolia, very good low maintenance tree. Not $159.99. These are 5 foot tall and they're $79.99. Never had them for a better price.
Yeah, that's incredible actually. And again, these are limited quantity. There's only a few of those available at that price. So if you want to get them, like I said, head over to the website right now, hellohelloplants.com.au.
Okay, Leighton's Green Cypress, normally $22.99, now $9.99. Now these are great for a hedge, great for a screen, great for a specimen, really handy, versatile trees. And for $9.99 a metre tall, whether you've got a farm or a house in Toorak, if you want to block somebody out, plant these in a metre or a metre and a bit apart, and they're fantastic.
Yes. I think one of our top videos, although that was a different plant, but there is a good video we have of the Leighton Greens. All right, we're moving away from screens in the low maintenance category, and we're looking at shade plants, low maintenance shade plants now as part of this Growers Direct Flash Sale.
Now, low maintenance shade plants are more important than what you think. With the way housing becoming more intense, you know, smaller blocks, bigger houses, 2-story houses, that a lot of people are dealing with back gardens, front gardens, side gardens that are full of shade. And your Belgian hybrid, this is your shorter, neater one. It's a much shorter, neater one, and it's and normally they're $15.99. Right now we've got them for $12.99, and they're not scungy little plants. Look at that,
It's a
beautiful
Clivia,
plant, and that's going to have big orange flowers on it in springtime. So $12.99, and it'll grow with no sun whatsoever. And but don't plant it in sun at all. You know, so no sun, no worries. And $12.99.
Low maintenance shade plants, love it on the Growers Direct Flash Sale. All these plants are live for you to purchase, limited quantities, limited at this price for a limited time. Don't miss out.
Now, lots of people want to plant borders, they want to plant around their paving with dwarf mondo grass. Here we've got dwarf mondo grass, and this dwarf mondo grass is in packs of 10. It's like 10 3-inch pots in there, and it's $17.99. That's $1.79 for a 3-inch pot in a box sort of thing. A 3-inch pot dwarf mondo, great to put around your paving, great on a border, even pop them in. And also, when you're putting in a fountain and you're likely to have lots of water splashes and English box or something's going to die of wet feet there, your mondo grass can take unlimited water. So in that wet feet situation, hard to beat mondo grass.
Incredible, and a shade plant as well. It's fantastic. All right, let's move along to
and
our
they
next.
like complete shade. They hate
Oh, what
the
is
sun.
the price? Did we do the price?
$17.99.
That's right, yeah. Fantastic value there. On the Growers Direct Flash Sale, these prices will not last. Only for the last week, the next week, and then that's it, or until they're sold out. So
okay, so we've got Helioboreus Ice and Roses, and we've got the burgundy one here, and that is in a 7-inch pot. And these are tissue cultured. Often you go to a nursery, they want $50 each for these. Another couple of weeks ago, we covered in beautiful purple, burgundy purple flowers. And these ones here, $25.99. So $25.99, and then look at the quality and health of the plant.
Yeah,
really
they're
fabulous.
really good.
For $25.99. Now, what I love about Helioboreus, love the shade, and right in the dead of winter when nothing's giving you any colour, you'll get beautiful colour. You can get them in whites, pinks, all different colours. These ones here are burgundy, and they're $25.99.
All right, hellohelloplants.com.au if you want to purchase any of these products you see here today. What do we got here next?
Here we've got the coolest, most sought-after plant in Victoria at the moment. Everybody loves tractor seeds.
Yeah, these were a lot in the show, weren't they? Melbourne Flower and Garden
everywhere
show,
in the show.
Yeah.
But you've got to plant these. They don't want to be in the hot afternoon sun. Morning sun, afternoon shade, dappled shade or shade. And they could be quite expensive. You can see them $40-50 in nurseries. We've got these ones. They're good sized plants. Not $29.99, but $14.99. So $14.99 gets you beautiful tractor seed.
That's incredible. For that size, so that's really good. Limited quantities on those as well, until sold out. Growers Direct Flash Sale, we're looking, these are all shade-loving plants and low maintenance as well.
Now, people say, I want some colour in the shade. Ajugas, beautiful purple flowers, purple leaves, and this is the Catalan's Giant. Catalan's Giant has a bigger leaf than all the rest, and you can mix this in with something like a silver dichondra or a dichondra or something like that. Mix it in with other ground covers, and it just sort of gives you that extra little bit of height, but not too much height. And the common name for these is bugleweed. So what's good, if you have got a shady corner, a bit of water, a bit of fertilizer, they'll go crazy and cover a big area. So and when they're in flower, they're a glorious show, beautiful sort of little spikes of blue flowers. And now we're going to see my favourite ajuga. You'll see my favourite ajuga.
Yep, make sure to like and share this video, this live as well, so others can discover these incredible deals that we're having on hellohelloplants.com.au.
This particular live, you could get your friends to look at it. This goes up straight afterwards. And if you've got friends who want low maintenance garden, maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your kids, if you want to give them advice on low maintenance gardens, we'll actually keep this up and you'll be able to learn a bit about low maintenance gardens, and for another week all these bargains will be available.
That's right. Actually, if you head over to our YouTube channel, this live will be there with all the products listed in there. Eventually we'll get it all.
So if you've got a friend or a relative who wants a low maintenance garden, this is the way to find out about low maintenance.
Absolutely.
Now this is a beautiful, neat little ajuga, but look at the colour in that. This one here is called Burgundy Glow. It's got pink, it's got cream, it's got grey, it's got silver, and then later on it's going to have purple or blue flowers, and it's very, very low, very, very neat. And also Burgundy Glow is the most, it'll grow beautifully in a deep shade, but it's the most sun hardy of all of your ajugas. So it takes quite a bit of sun as well.
Beautiful. All right, let's move along to our next product here on the Gross Direct Flash Sale. And that one is, instead of $14.99, that is crazy. It's $6.99. $6.99.
$6.99. Catalan's Giant is also $6.99. So
half price.
Your ajugas are $6.99, half price. Now here we've got Native Violet, and we've got great big ones. So you can make a real start on the garden. These 8-inch pots are normally $19.99. Now they're $9.99. Now what's great about these grow in complete shade. They'll take, if you've got a fountain, they'll take lots and lots of water splashes. And they have these beautiful little white and purple little tiny, they're just covered in them for months and months and months, little tiny native violets.
Beautiful.
So lovely little flowers.
And they love the shade, don't they?
Yeah, love the shade.
Love the shade, yeah. All right, so Native Violet Growers Direct Flash Sale, so they're down from $19.99 to $9.99.
So Dichondra repens reduced from $12.99 to $2.99. Now these are popular, it's a ground cover. People put them in, they put them around their pavers, they put them in the lawn, they grow in the shade, they grow in the sun, they grow in your pots, they grow everywhere. Really easy to grow, and at $2.99 you can afford to fill up your garden with them. So Dichondra repens, $2.99.
Crazy price there, it's below cost, I reckon.
Yep.
Growers Direct Flash Sale, so these are, we're looking at shrubs. Actually, we moved into shrubs? No, now we're at shrubs. Okay, so now we're in shrubs category. Now, this is called Snow Maiden, and it's one of your most bulletproof shrubs. In springtime, this will be covered in beautiful white fragrant flowers, but I've never had anybody come and say, listen, I've bought a couple of them Snow Maidens and they keeled over. Like, I got people saying that to me all the time about different things, but Snow Maidens, I think, are bulletproof. They grow, you know, 1.5 meters, 2 meters tall. Trim them into a hedge, shape them, keep them nice. Beautiful white flowers in springtime. Grow them in poor soil, shade, sun, whatever it is. They did hedges of those in Essendon, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Fields, yeah, down at Essendon Airport. Lots of hedges of Snow Maiden. They've really gone in for Snow Maiden there. So very hardy, versatile plant. White flowers, super duper low maintenance, very reliable, very persistent, and reduced from $29.99. We've got them in 8-inch pots for $12.99.
Beautiful. It's all part of the Growers Direct Flash Sale happening right now. You can purchase these products right now if you head over to hellohelloplants.com.au. Make sure to like and share this live that you're watching here today if you're enjoying it.
Now, this is one of your all-time classic low-maintenance plants. When I was a kid, my dad used to grow and sell these. So like go back 50, 60 years ago, these were popular. They're still popular today. They grow into sort of a nice egg shape, and they take the sun, they take the heat. You can trim them. You know, in a couple of years they'll be about that high and that beautiful sort of round egg shape. Normally a bit expensive and hard to get. Normally $32.99. Now $23.99. So $23.99. 8-inch pot, Stumpy Joe. excellent if you want some low maintenance plants. You know, like they're self-shaping, they're hardy, they're persistent. You'll still have them in 10
Don't
to
even
20
need
years.
to prune them to get the shape. That's right. All right, Grows Direct Flash Sale. All these products are live right now.
Okay, here we've got Loropetalum Bobz Red. Now, Bobz Red, beautiful purple foliage, red flowers in spring, little spidery red flowers in spring, and a lot of these Loropetalums can be quite expensive. We're doing these ones here for $12.99. So $12.99 for Loropetalum
Wow,
Bobz
down
Red.
from $29.99, so it's below half price. Incredible. What are they good for? Hedging up? And
You can use them
watering?
as a border,
Yeah.
you can use them as a specimen, you can grow them in the shade, grow them in the sun. Very, very versatile. And what I like about them is that because that purple foliage, the leaves don't drop off in autumn or anything like that, that purple foliage is 365 days a year. So a lot of people
Right.
come in here and they ask me for year-round colour, and something like the Bobz Red or that yellow Kaleidoscope that we had earlier is the sort of thing I recommend because they've got colour every day of the year.
Lovely. All right, let's move along to our next product here. We're looking at shrubs in the low maintenance theme of the Growers Direct Flash Sale.
Now, if you want a shrub that ain't going to get out of hand, maybe you want to grow it as a hedge, maybe you want to have it just as an individual shrub, maybe you want to grow it in a pot on your balcony, but I'll take you up close on this flower here. Have a look at this beautiful flower. Now, what's interesting is it only grows a metre tall. It's drought hardy, it's wind hardy, it's poor soil hardy, and what I love about it is in late September, early October, it'll produce its first crop of flowers. Then after that, you get crop after crop after crop after crop of flowers right through till May. So Escallonia Pink Owl, not $39.99, and I mean a lot of nurseries have got them for 30 odd bucks in little tiny 6-inch pots. These are 8-inch pots. They're big and bushy. Not $39.99, but $19.99, which is less than what most people are charging for their little tiny plants.
So gone down from $39.99 to $19.99, half price here on the Growers Direct Flash Sale. We've got a big Loropetalum here.
Okay, so now here's another Loropetalum, and this one's called Plum Delight. Now, if I'm putting in a row of magnolias and I want a nice low spreading colourful plant in between, this would be my go-to plant. And the reason why I'd go to Plum Delight, beautiful colour, you know, sort of a little bit of pink, a little bit of purple, mixes together beautifully. Now, this one here, what I love about this is that it's lower growing than even your Plum Gorgeous. So a little bit of a snip, and you'd keep this 60, 70 centimetres tall. It'll grow quite wide. It'll weep over a little bit. It'll look beautiful between other shrubs and trees and things like that. So lovely to fit. You know, a lot of people looking for something to put in between some deciduous trees or some other trees. This is a great plant to put in between for year-round colour and for easy to maintain, low and bushy, very, very low maintenance.
Beautiful. All right, so that's the Plum Delight Loropetalum, down from $110.99 to $69.99. Crazy prices here on the Growers Direct Flash Sale. Don't miss out. Head over to hellohelloplants.com.au right now, or you can come in and visit us, 1477 Sydney Road, Campbellfield, Victoria. We're open all weekend. We're doing free garden designs. We're doing free deliveries all around the state. Isn't that right, Chris?
That's right. That's right. I was saying, give you an idea how many deliveries. We've got 6 vans on the road. I've got one van that's not a year old with over 100,000 Ks on it.
Wow.
Yeah,
leave us a like or a share if you're
doing
impressed
that
by
free
that.
delivery. We're clocking up Ks by the million.
That's right. That's true, actually. Won't be long before we get to 1 million on that one.
Yeah.
All right, so what's this next one?
Okay,
here?
so Escallonia Iveyi. Now, this is a beautiful Escallonia. You can see the white flowers here. What did this do in sort of mid-September, it'll get a big crop, the best crop of the whole year, just covered in white flowers. And then they'll sort of fade away a bit, and then another crop will come, another crop will come, and it'll keep on crop after crop after crop. Now, I love the dark green glossy foliage. So amongst that dark green glossy foliage, you've got crop after crop after crop of white flowers right through till May.
Absolutely beautiful.
So, and the thing is that this one here will happily do a hedge, say between 1.5 and 2 meters tall. It's not a tall hedge, not a big plant. So 1.5 to 2 meters. So that beautiful medium-sized hedge, and because it's flowering all the time, you don't trim it that much. And because you don't trim it that much, it gets a lovely loose cottage-style kind of a hedge. So it's great for that loose cottage-style hedge. So when I've got people and I'm doing a cottage garden and they're looking for a medium-sized hedge that'll go with the cottage garden, all the time I use Escallonia Iveyi. But also there's a lot of people wanting green and white gardens, even Hampton Garden, and your Escallonia Iveyi with its beautiful rich green foliage and white flowers fits in beautifully. And these are not expensive. They're in an 8-inch pot and they're $29.99. So $29.99.
Down from $29.99
down
was
to
the original.
$12.99.
Down to $12.99, which is the insane. This is what we're talking about. These costs, these prices are so insane that we're practically giving them away. It's the Grows Direct Flash sale, but they are only limited. We can only do these prices on a limited set of quantity of plants. What do we got here next?
Now here's an interesting angle. One of the top selling plants here is Oriental Pearl. Now Oriental Pearl is a top seller because it grows into a lovely round ball without you trimming or training or doing anything with it. But what we have now, but the problem with them is that they're a patented plant, and every time you buy one, you've got to pay royalties. And the cheapest we can sell them for is about $35. But these ones here, these are almost identical to the Oriental Pearl. Some people say they're nicer than the Oriental Pearls. Oh, it's hard to say. I say they're almost identical. But your Spring Pearl, Indian Hawthorn, normally $34.99, but because there's no royalties, we've got them down to $21.99. Lovely, healthy bushes. Now what they'll do is they'll grow into a beautiful round ball. They'll grow probably 80 or 90 centimetres tall, a metre wide, beautiful, more of a dome perhaps than a ball, and an incredible crop of white flowers in springtime. 6 weeks, absolutely rotten with white flowers in springtime, and the rest of the year, lovely glossy foliage, no trimming, like a beautiful, imagine a beautiful round ball with no trimming. So
beautiful.
Spring Pearl.
Well, don't miss out on this. You did the price, didn't you? So down from $34.99 to $21.99. So we're going to move along now. We're still in low maintenance, but we're moving along to our standards and compact specimens.
Now here we've got a falling snow weeping cherry. Now you plant this in your garden, it'll never be taller than me. This will just tend to grow out and down, have an incredible crop of white flowers in spring, a little bit of autumn colour in autumn, lush green foliage in the summer. And this is a small size one. You grow this in a pot, you could grow this out in the garden. Falling snow, it's the most popular of all the weeping cherries on the market, and instead of paying, the price has been omitted in here, but I believe,
well, they were $129.99.
Yeah,
and now they're
59.
going for $69.99.
$69.99. So $69.90. So $69.99.
Basically half price.
Yeah, and at your local nursery, you'll have trouble getting a weeping cherry for under $150. So $69.99. Got a 2-year-old head, beautiful crop of flowers this spring, $69.99. Falling snow weeping cherry, lovely short one, good for a small garden bed or good for a big pot.
Beautiful. All right, let's move along to the next one here in the Growers Direct Flash sale as we look at standards and weepers.
Now this is amazing. If you knew how old this is probably about 10 years old, and what you've got is a 2-foot standard English box, and normally, and you know, if you paid $199, well, you consider it's about 15 years old from when it was propagated, it'd be cheap at $199, but it's only $119. Now, what you do with this is you could plant, so we've got, at the moment, we've got a beautiful lot of bacopa out there, white bacopas and things like that. If I was putting this in a pot, say I had an old terrace house, this would be a beautiful thing to put on either side of the front door in an old terrace house. You get a really nice pot, and we've got nice pots here as well, but you put some white bacopas around the base of it, and they'll flow over the sides, and absolutely beautiful, and great to put under a veranda or something. Doesn't need any sun.
Yeah.
Clip it twice a year if you're fussy, once a year if you're not too fussy. So very, very low maintenance. Water it when you feel like it if it's under the shade.
What colour pot would you put those in, do you reckon? That would suit. It would depend on the house.
You'd really think about the colour of your front door.
Yeah.
You know, like you'd work with your front door and sort of do something that either contrasts or goes with the front door, depending how you feel.
But it'll give you a real classy look. And I think one of those winning gardens at the Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show had bunches of these English box balls and stuff in there.
Yeah, that's right. Lots of the box balls there. And then what you've got here is your topiary ball. Now, in most stores, you're paying $200, $300, $400 for a topiary ball. These are $99. And it can't last. You've got to get in here and get them for $99.
Yeah, there's only a few of those available
so
as well.
$99, incredible value. Don't pay check it out your local nursery, $200, $300, even $400 you pay for a nice big old, and it's good.
Oh, easily, yeah.
And you can understand why they're quite old like this. At $99, someone's giving a lot or losing a fair bit of money there at $99.
All right, beautiful. Let's keep moving along on the Growers Direct flash sale. We're looking at low maintenance plants, and we're in our standards and weepers category at the moment.
Yeah. So here we've got our Shaina Standard.
Yeah, someone was asking if you had a Japanese maple.
Yeah, that's right. So here you've got a Shaina Standard. Now, a Shaina Standard, they grow like crazy for a couple of years. They look a bit stringy. Then they slow down and they become a beautiful type ball on a stick. In springtime, they're a lovely bright pinky red sort of colour. Then they go sort of browny red through the summer, and then incredible scarlet in the autumn. And they finish off as the most beautiful ball. These have been grafted up as a standard. And instead of paying $149.99, you're paying $119.99. So $119.99.
Lovely. All right, so it's our Growers Direct flash sale. All of these products you're seeing right now, these crazy prices are actually available. You can go through to our website. You can purchase them right now at hellohelloplants.com.au. And yeah, they're ready for you to get right now. They are limited though in quantities, so you do need to be quick if you want to purchase any of these plants. Oh, someone just asked, can I rewatch the video anyway? Yes, so you will be able to rewatch the video on YouTube straight after this live ends.
And I think we designed this as offering people some bargains, but I also designed it to educate people on low maintenance gardens and find out, how to put together a low maintenance garden.
Yeah, because the good thing is it's not boring. It's kind of interesting. A lot of colourful stock in here as well that you wouldn't think is low maintenance. You've got shade, full sun, you've got everything. Yeah.
So here we've got the Crimson Century Maple. Now these are normally an expensive, hard to get maple, and these have been reduced from $69.99 to $49.99. So $49.99 Crimson Century Maple. What's great, why are these in the low maintenance? They're a deciduous tree, they're going to drop their leaves in the autumn. Why are they in the low maintenance section? I'll tell you why. The reason why these are in the low maintenance section is that they grow tall and skinny, and you can trim them and keep them really, really narrow. So if you've only got a small garden, these can be kept really narrow, and often in a small garden, I'll often put 2 or 3 of them there and obscure the house a little bit, and have 2 or 3 beautiful columns. Tell the customers to trim them just a little bit. Really not hard to keep, very, very narrow. You could keep these 1 metre wide and 5 or 6 metres tall. So not much trimming, very, very compact tree, and colour, intense colour like this in spring, summer and autumn, and then last of all in autumn, there's a little splash of bright orange, and then they lose their leaves.
Amazing. It looks like they contrast really nicely with silvers and things like that, in the garden.
These ones here are about 1.4 metres tall, and getting them for $50 is so cheap. $50.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful grafted rare maple.
Oh yeah, we've only literally at that price. We've only got a few. I'll just put it at that. So now, if you want to get them, be quick.
Ginkgo. I've heard that if you eat the leaves of ginkgo, it actually improves your memory. And
I don't know. I don't think you should do it.
And the problem is,
all right, here we
go. I don't know whether it would improve your memory, because I keep forgetting to eat it.
There's your dad joke for the day. What does it taste like, actually?
Sort of ginkgo-ish.
Okay. Well, they do use it in Chinese medicine actually quite a lot. So it is very healthy.
So improve your memory. Now, the thing is, say you're afraid to grow a ginkgo in your garden because it's going to get too big. Ginkgos have fabulous golden autumn colour, beautiful leaves. They do have herbal benefits. And this one here is a dwarf ginkgo. That's why it's so tiny. And normally they're grafted, they're rare. Normally they're $89.99. These ones here are $39.99. And here's a ginkgo. You could grow it in a pot. Improve your memory by eating a bit every day, if you can remember, and only $39.99, and you'll be able to keep this in the smallest of gardens. It's a real miniature ginkgo.
What do they normally cost?
Normally $89.99.
Yeah, wow.
Normally nearly $100.
More than half price on those. That's really good value. All right, we're looking at our standards and compact specimens here, and low maintenance. The low maintenance theme is the Growers Direct flash sale today.
Yeah. No, I haven't got the price. We got it here. Yeah. So what we've got here is an Acer globosum. Now, some of your mop tops produce suckers and cause various problems in the garden. This one never gets too big. The trunk will fill out, it'll get nice and thick, but it'll get a lovely round ball, only 2 or 3 metres round. You can trim it. Beautiful autumn colour, dense green foliage in the summer, so a beautiful standard tree. And normally they're quite expensive. These have been reduced from $229 to $99.99. So if you want a really compact, beautiful tree in a small space that doesn't require any maintenance, here a little bit of a rake up in the autumn, that's it. But very, very low maintenance, very beautiful ball on a stick tree, and only $89 or $99. $99?
No,
Yeah,
$99.99 now.
Yeah.
Down from $229.99, so more than half price. On that's a huge specimen. Fantastic deals. Only a few of those available. It's all part of the Growers Direct flash sale, so act now if you want to get them.
Now, we did a wonderful video on this one here a couple of weeks ago, and this is your designer mop top or catalpa mop top, and this is an immature one, but when you get a mature one of these, the leaves get as big as a bread and butter plate. Beautiful standard, not too lovely, thick and bushy. We've done a wonderful video, and normally they're quite expensive. Normally $229.99, and these ones here are $99.99. So $99.99 for a mop top catalpa.
And they're really beautiful. They grow quite fast, don't they?
Yeah.
Mop top catalpa there, reduced down more than half price of their usual price. They're usually $230, basically $99.99 now. There's only a few of those available at that price, and there's honestly limited quantities, so you do want to jump on those if you enjoy any of these deals today. Make sure to like and share this live. We're only going for another couple of minutes, but if you can, we would appreciate it.
Yeah. So here we've got Ficus Hilli Flash. Now these, with a little clip, you can keep these in lovely round balls. The balls get a little bit bigger. Or you could let these go and turn them into a pleached head. So basically these will push out in all directions. I've been selling these to a lot of people to space out a little bit and then grow them into a pleached hedge. A pleached hedge is a hedge where you've got a bushy hedge that's on sticks like that.
Beautiful. Yeah. So it's like, and it's connected though, right?
Yeah,
so you got
it's
the
all
sticks
connected up.
And
These will make a pleached hedge in no time, or you can use them as a row along the garden path.
Oh, there you go. There you go on the video. That's pleached.
Yeah.
Have a look at that.
So have them as a pleached hedge, and these ones here are only $24.99. Fabulous value for $24.99. You won't find ficuses anywhere like this around Melbourne.
Yeah, beautiful. So that gets to the end of all of our products on the Growers Direct flash sale. There's just a couple of comments here. Someone saying, Natalie's saying, I'm coming on Sunday for the catalpa. Again, there's only a few of those at that price, so definitely,
ring up
probably beforehand,
and book it. Pay online and get it put on there, pick up.
Yeah, so you can call us on 03 9359 3331. And give us a call, Natalie. She's just made another comment there to get us to put us up. But give us a call, 03 9359 3331. One of our sales staff can put it on hold for you because literally there's only a handful of those at that price, which is crazy. It's more than half price. And this is all part of our Growers Direct flash sale. Now, Chris, do you want to add any comments to, you got any crazy deals? Like I see that trolley over there. Is that happening, or are we
We've got a
promoting that
few
yet?
crazy deals this weekend. First of all, if you spend over $300, you've got free delivery. We've got free garden designs going. So you've got free delivery, you've got free garden designs if you spend over $300. But if you came in, actually, could you bring a tray of these over for me?
Yeah, we're going to bring a tray over, yeah. What do we got here? What's this?
When somebody spends over $10, we've reduced these. These are called pretty turtles. They're a really cute little indoor plant. Lovely foliage. We'll have a close look at that if you like. At any rate, we're doing these for $1. Anybody who spends over $10, these are normally $12.99, and if you come in and spend over $10, you can get a beautiful, pretty turtle added on for $1.
So $1 when you spend over $10 in store this weekend. We'll put the promotion up on our socials so that everyone's tracking with it. And this Growers Direct flash sale is available, limited by quantity.
Yeah.
So the stuff you saw is limited, but you can, if you have a look up, you can see in the background there, we've got the web page up there. We can actually literally just buy straight from there.
Yeah. And some of the prices are below wholesale, so you've got really good prices. Then you spend over $300, you've got free delivery, you've got free. Say you didn't know so there's a lot of good bargains there. But how do I put a garden together? Get a free garden design.
Yeah, you can come in and get a free garden design and get inspired. Pick your plants. And any last words, Chris, before we wrap up the live,
No.
we've managed to do 2 hours of live here.
Yeah.
Leave us a like, share the live, do what you got to do, and we'll be doing. Oh, that's what we want to say. We're doing a live next week. Putting Chris on the spot here on the live.
Oh, of course. Next Friday we're doing another live. But what's amazing about this is I've eaten quite a lot of the stuff that I've been selling, and I've survived.
You've managed to survive through it, and
Yeah.
you
and
ate...
I'm not hallucinating or anything.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks very much to everyone for joining. So we will be back with another live. We don't know what the theme is just yet, but I think it's been pretty good with the low maintenance. People seem to enjoy that.
Actually, I have already worked out the theme for next week.
Oh, great! Here we
Next
go.
week, I'm gonna give it away.
If you're watching us still, you're going to find out what the theme is, and in fact, the marketing team, who are eagerly wanting to know, are going to find out in real time right now.
Yeah, that's right. So what I'm going to do is Easter's coming up. And a lot of people are planning to go back into it, and they haven't been gardening. They've given up gardening since springtime. And it's a time when people go back to the garden at Easter. At any rate, so what we're doing is I'm going to be contacting all my suppliers, and I'll be grinding them a little, but I'll be asking them for the very best deals, and then I'll consolidate all those very best deals. And if it ain't a crazy deal, it won't be on next week. Next week, it's get ready for Easter. Just crazy, best deals ever.
Wow. Okay.
Good stuff. We'll be talking to all of our suppliers. We've got over 100 suppliers, so we'll be talking to all our suppliers. We'll be pushing them hard for Easter, and we'll be getting the very best deals so that you can order and get them in for your Easter garden.
Perfect. All right. Well,
So
sounds
it's
amazing.
crazy
Next
deals.
Friday, 12
Super
to 2
cheap.
again.
Cheapest ever.
Amazing. And if you actually just quickly before we hang up here, I'll end the live. Just want to say you got a live Q&A on Monday at 12 o'clock where you can ask Chris any question you like, any gardening question you like, and he'll happily answer with over 60 years of horticulture experience. So join us live, the next live Monday at 12 p.m. Otherwise, you can join us for the crazy reduced price, more crazy than you've ever seen. I don't know what we're calling it yet. Easter live next Friday.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.